fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Are you bummed that Luke didn't get sort of a reunion with Han Solo?
Absolutely. In fact, when I was reading it, I thought, if Leia's trying to mentally contact me and she's not successful, she'll rush to his aid. She'll get close to him and then get into some dire situation, and that's when I show up for a big yay! Save her life. Then we rush to Han and are in the same position that Rey and Finn and Chewie are. Too late to save him, but witnesses. And I say, because it would carry so much emotional resonance into the next film. For us, his wife, his best friend to witness, instead of two characters that have known him, what, 20 minutes?
Well, you're assuming that I train Rey.
Exactly. Sneaky.
Do I?
Sneaky.
I know, I have to be really careful. People say, was it difficult to pick up and wield a lightsaber again? And I go, do I pick up?
Is it difficult acting in this movie? Am
Well,
I in this movie?
I can promise you my part is twice as big as it was in Force Awakens. When I read 8, I told Ryan, I fundamentally disagree with virtually everything you've decided about my character.
Who is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says it's time for the Jedi to end? I read that and I said, what? I mean, that's not what a Jedi does. I mean, a Jedi is optimistic. A Jedi has tenacity. He never gives up. He doesn't secrete himself on an island. But you'll...
Something that George initially set out to do was a kind of 3-act saga with these 3 trilogies. And I think we felt that we should honor and respect that.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
I think that the thing that George never did was maintain the status quo. And I think that that's really important because...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! I've kind of lost control of Star Wars, so it's going off in a different path than what I intended. But the first 6 are very much mine and my philosophy. And I think that philosophy sort of goes beyond any particular time, because it's based on history, it's based on philosophy, it's based on a lot of things. And you know, the first 3 basically tell you how a democracy turns into a dictatorship, and you end up with a tyrant, the emperor. It's a very important now, where we are now in our political history.
And as always, may the Force be with you.
I'm kind of retarded.
Fade in.
What's up, all my actuals, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as the Star Wars Girl. And today, I'm joined by 2 very special guests. One of them, you know, he's a loser. He's always here. Cecil. And then also, I'm joined by the one and only Shane Davis. Now, Shane drew Superman a long time ago. And somebody that I like that plays Superman likes Shane's drawings. And Shane might have his email and never gave it to me. So welcome to my channel, Shane.
That would be odd of me to start handing out emails. That's all.
I know, but it's me. It's me.
We'll
just another person that has access to Henry. But no, you drew Superman, and now you're drawing another guy that kind of looks like Superman, except he doesn't have the cleft.
Well, he's wearing primary colors, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's a dude with dark hair. You know, it's one of those things that maybe they all just look alike. But
yeah.
You know what I noticed after your cat book and like looking at this campaign is you draw really good looking guys.
Yeah. That was actually an issue at DC because I always wanted to work more on Batman when I was at DC. I've been working where I had been working at Warner Brothers, believe it or not, in one way or another since I'd been 19. I started off working in the Warner Brothers store, folding T-shirts. So I was folding Superman T-shirts, and then eventually one day I ended up drawing at DC forever. And the issue was I always wanted to work on Batman, and I worked on Superman Batman and had Batman on pages, but it was more of a Superman story. And what happens is when you're working at DC Comics, if you draw decent looking men and handsome faces and things like that, then they end up putting you on Green Lantern, they put you on Aquaman, they put you on Superman. And they kind of put the guys that are not so great at drawing faces usually on Batman because of the cowl and the shadows and all of that. So that was actually a thing. They're like, you draw Superman so well, you need to work on Superman more. And I'm like, because I did like about 3 or 4 different runs on Superman, and then worked on Green Lantern a little bit and stuff like that. And, yeah.
So this is Shane's humble brag that he drew so good he could.
Well, they don't not just up and say it, but the other thing too with Batman is it's usually DC's comics top selling title, so they necessarily don't need to put their best artist on Batman because the book's going to sell no matter who draws it. And DC, believe it or not, that's a factor. It wasn't just me. It was like most of DC's, like Ethan, really didn't work on Batman that much at DC Comics. He was on Green Lantern, things like that they really needed to pump up. And Marvel has some characters like that. When they were doing a lot with Wolverine, I don't know, before. They used to do a lot of good stuff with Wolverine, but like now X-Men, if it's selling high for Marvel, they just put anybody on Wolverine, or they don't really think too much about it.
Yeah, they got to put the good people on characters that might not sell well if it doesn't look great, right?
Right. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Yeah.
But Marvel did like the best artists on the best. They had Jim Lee on X-Men, and Texeira was on Wolverine, and they
did, yeah, back in the 90s, right? Yeah, that was the thing. And then they broke away from that. And I'm talking like in the 2000s, they were like
they were still afraid. They were still afraid of making stars out of their artists after what happened with Image.
Yeah. So I know for a fact, like I'm gonna pull a name out, but like Ed McGuinness, they would be like, "Hey, Ed McGuinness, if you'll go work on Nova, maybe we'll give you a few issues of X-Men." And they were doing things like that. They were trying to put artists on what Marvel was trying to pump up as a IP. Like the Nova Force was going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, which hypothetically there can be a Nova movie and things like that. So they're like, we need to put our top artists on Nova, or we need to put Steve McNiven on Guardians of the Galaxy. Not because they were the top selling books, but they were the thing that they felt like they needed to push the most. And I think bad results out of that as far as comic sales. They were putting a lot of good artists on Inhumans. Nobody really wanted Joe Madureira in Inhumans, but they were doing it.
I think
for those of you that don't know, Shane worked at DC and drew Superman.
All right, thank you.
A little bit of background. If you guys miss any of the mini streams that we've done together, I know this is the daytime, so I get kind of a different audience during the day. Well, my daytime, your guys' evening. And a much different audience when we do the Jack show or late night streams. So in case anybody didn't know, your friend Leroy was in the chat earlier when I created the event and I just copy and pasted his little about you section because he's like, this Shane Davis did this, and this. And I was like, copy and paste into the about section. But he put all like the books you
that was nice of him. He's kind of gives me shit, but he actually follows my comic artwork for years, it turns out.
Oh, is he like your big fan?
I think he is, but I think he's mad at me too. We have rough patches.
He's mad at you?
I think so, yeah.
So this is kind of like a misery.
Well, he was one of the first people in this stream to shill you, so I don't think he's too mad at you. But so here, this is what he wrote, and then I had to add in the Starlight Cats section. So he said, Shane Davis, artist of DC's Superman Earth 1, author and artist of DC's New Gods, creator of DC's Red Lanterns, creator, writer, and artist of Image Axcend.
Yeah, Axcend, yeah.
And then I had to add this in, but I didn't know how to credit Yanzi on this. Because I know Yanzi was involved heavily, but creator, writer, and artist of Starlight Cats and Inglorious Rex, live now on IndieGoGo. So, yeah. So that is your little about section. Is all of that correct?
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Is there anything I need to add? Are there any books in there that we have left out?
No. I mean, I'm sure something's missing, but that's enough. That's a good resume. I'll take it.
Let me ask you, if I buy the Superman Earth 1, do you get royalties for that?
Yeah, but they're really DC's accounting is really messed up. Yeah. So I when I did Superman Earth 1, they had just started. They had a big hit with a graphic novel at Vertigo called Pride of Baghdad, which was about these lions that escaped from a zoo in Afghanistan, and it was based off a true story written by Brian K. Vaughan. And
let me stop you right there. Baghdad is in Iraq.
Okay. Well, in Iraq, Thank you. I only read the book. The book is through the perspective of the lion, so it doesn't really talk about the war.
They're not good with geography. That was good. No. You actually kept in character. That was good.
But it broke big numbers. So DC Comics was like, hey, let's do an original graphic novel with superheroes rather than do 22-page graphic novels. And they cooked up like a special like deal for Superman Earth 1 where I'm given a little bit more royalties than I would if I was doing something else. So this was like the standard book market. What? Yes,
there's your name.
That is my name.
With Superman.
With Superman, thank you. I like how this means a lot to you, Anna.
I like Superman, if you couldn't tell, but also I am all about the Magical Bay of Pirates. So this book is on there. So are all of the DC books. So
yeah,
I could just get it there, which I might have already done so. But if you get royalties for it, I wanted to check because then I will purchase it because I did the same thing with John's. I don't know if you know that I do this, Shane, but I will buy comic books just so I can scroll through to see how much man-ass there is in it. So after I discovered John draws that very well, I was like, well, what books does it pop up when I type it into the little online store database? And I was like, okay, Cable. And I went through every single page and I screenshotted every man-ass. But if you get royalties for this, I will buy it. So do you?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question, Shane, about the royalties. Do you think that their accounting is fucked up and that there's money on the table that you're not getting?
There's actually a legal situation with me and DC Comics right now over a video game from 2010 that they haven't paid me for. And
do you have an attorney?
Yeah, it's that. I mean, I can't talk too much about it, but DC Comics basically admits they had. It was weird. I'll say this: I had to get an attorney just to get the accounting done because they would just lie to me.
Well, you should. Your attorney probably hired a forensic accountant, and they'll be able to subpoena those.
Well, that's where we're at, and then right now they just threw some money on the table and said, "Let's just do this." And they're like, "Well, no, what do you really owe him?" And it was a MMO game that through Sony, so it was like a pay to play type game. So there's actually a shit ton of money they owe me on one character I created. So
your cat, right?
No, it's actually a character called Bleeze, a Red Lantern chick. That a lot of people
she looks like a vampire.
Yeah.
Let's Google her.
So, but
yeah,
the cat,
put a few man asses in your new book.
I will. I'm trying. I will.
Well, no, it was like, I mean, you draw very good, Shane, from everything I've seen. But then it's like you go from like a bunch of like a kid, which kids are so hard to draw because you can make them look like old people or like dwarfs.
Or midgets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anna, I'm thinking of that painting you did of your niece and you.
I know. That kids. Well, so that was I was doing watercolor paintings of like my nieces, and I sent a picture to Cecil, and I'm like,
She said, I made this as a gift for my niece. Should I send? But I don't like the way it looks. Should I give this anyway? I'm like, do not give that to anyone as a gift. It looked like a fucking midget, like demon.
It looked like Benjamin Button.
It was so, especially since I know like the caliber of her work. I was like, no. I was like, they're gonna just think you painted this on the car ride over.
Yeah. Well, even though I spent like a day or two on it, but so this is the character that Shane is talking about, which yeah, she looks dope.
She gets around a lot too.
Whoa.
She's been in DC Comics Superhero Girls a couple of times. She's been in the Lego games. A lot of people. It's interesting because they changed. She was in a Green Lantern thing, a cartoon that was on Cartoon Network too, but they changed her costume. But it's weird. Obviously, she's very sexy the way I designed her, but in DC Superhero Girls, they keep her in the same outfit, which I would alter the design. I would not put like a teen girl in this outfit. Like, it's really weird that they did that. Like, I was like,
That's cool. I mean, it's nothing more than a bathing suit. I mean, that was like the popular cut for bathing suits in the 90s, like the high hip.
Well, no, that Superhero Girl show. So the Munchkin watches it, and I was having because they made who is it? What's her name? Supergirl. What's her? Why am I blanking on her name?
Kara.
Yeah, Kara. They make her like she's a fucking crack addict. She's like like she's wired the entire time. I was like, what? And I was trying to watch it with her. I'm like, this isn't anything like them, except I think Diana is a little bit like what you would expect Diana Prince to be like if she was a child having to go from like, Greek times to modern day. And so there was a funny episode with that, but I don't know. I was like, these aren't like any of the characters, and Barbara is fucking insane as well. So as far as character accuracy, the fact that they left your chick in her costume, it's like, I'd be more concerned about the personality because they're nothing like the actual characters. And Shane has muted himself. But homage refunds. I want to address something. Last night, somebody's like, Anna was calling John a loser. I wasn't. I had no idea what was going on the stream. And then, because I had just gotten home, I jumped into bed. I was about to pass out. I was like, oh, Cecil's live. Let me leave a comment. So I was calling Cecil a loser, not John.
Sure.
Even though John technically is losing to Shane right now, which I'm sure that'll be a big topic on the Jack show this week.
Or a lot of people in the chat were saying it should be the Sack show from now on.
I don't want to do that. That seems like it's too many jokes there.
Comics Exposed, thank you for the first super chat of the day. Thank you, Shane. Why was there a $1,000 drop in the campaign earlier today from 147 to 146,000? Well, geez, that's rude. But I'll guarantee you this would happen. Somebody probably refunded and to buy a different perk. Because let's see, what is Shane at now? Shane's back, I think. There you go. Because that happens. People want to refund and get something else, or they need to change something. But
I think they didn't add something onto their order. Yancy told me it was an original art thing, so they refunded to add stuff onto it. Because when you go to check out with anything, there's tons of add-ons, and I guess people didn't realize that. So please, if you're buying, before you speedily check out, make sure to check the add-ons if there's something else you want, or if you see a tier and you're like, well, I want this added to, just check the add-ons. And if you're curious what the add-ons are, see, there you go.
So without doxing myself, because it's none of my actual information. So you guys can add on like the supplemental, the actual book, Kelsey's cover. Ooh, you got another, the Ashcan one.
Yeah.
A t-shirt or a head sketch.
All right.
So you guys can get original art just as an add-on. So there you go. But yeah. No offense to Comics Exposed. That's kind of a rude question in my opinion. But thank you for the super chat.
Well, I mean, to be honest, these are things that happen in a campaign. A lot of times on launch day, a lot of people really rush. They're looking for the early backer number, so everybody's racing, and they
I know, but
don't
to
get
be
their
fair,
orders
that's
right.
that's kind of a common sense question, because if I see that happen, I just assume what I said, it was a refund and somebody fixed their order. But I don't know. That's just me. But thank you for the super chat. Just, I don't know. Maybe rephrase it next time. But anyways,
I thought it was
Shane.
fine.
Well, you're not as critical as I am. I feel like I'm like losing my
No.
touch a little bit. Because you put me on the spot there with Andy earlier. Shane, I don't know if you saw, me and Cecil were doing a stream, and Cecil's like, oh, Anna must like your art because she hasn't been critical about anything yet. And I was like,
Oh.
I don't have energy yet. I have to, I need to get like these bubbles and.
Oh, we could go back when he's not there, and you could rip it apart if you want. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah. Fun. So, Shane, John doesn't invite me onto Comicsgate Presents anymore because I'm too mean. And it's just for asking simple questions, but apparently it's too, it's not, I don't know.
You're going to make people cry? Is that what?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that they're hard questions. Like Vaughn didn't have any, Von Kloss, he didn't have any trouble answering my questions, but I guess I just asked too many and a little too critical. Like, I guess like one of the things would be here, like, does it mean anything for him to have these little lines that are diagonal on his suit? How can he hear with this thing over his ear? Like stuff like that. Like those are the kind of questions I ask.
Actually, I have good answers for that. So this suit is kind of like a neural suit. So it's all about them hitching their neural system into the Rexes, which are and they usually link up perfectly because, well, not perfectly, but they link up because they're clones of the fighters mixed with a DNA cocktail. That is why they all look like these weird different monsters. But that suit is really just supposed to jack in their neural system into this 20-ton genetic monster. That's it. That's why the suit kind of covers
he controls Rex. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of like Pacific Rim, no?
Yes, and Evangelion and Gundam and so many things. This is kind of like that. I don't know if there's actually a weird Japanese name for this type of genre. Forgive me. I just know I like these things and they're cool. There may be like, because they have names for.
Yes, they have actually. The Japanese have a name for genetic cocktail.
Dumatron, thank you for super chat. We love Anna. Oh, thank you, Shane. Stop laundering money. Oh yeah, there you go, Shane.
Yeah, SJWs are saying this campaign's laundering
Comics
money.
Exposed sent you $10 and
I am. I'm gonna read it right now. Comics Exposed, thank you for the super chat. Anna wasn't trying to be rude. I was genuinely interested in what may have happened because I want numbers on his campaign to jump up and up. Thank you, Comics Exposed. I am sorry for being a bit of a cunt today. I am grumpy. But here, to be fair, there are a lot of assholes that send me stuff just to start fights, so I have to kind of be on edge about things. But if I'm a little bit of an extra cunt today, it's because I am low. I've slept a lot, but I'm still tired. You know, that's why
you walked yesterday at Disneyland.
Well, it was like it was Disneyland and California Adventure, but oh my god, I got to vent to you guys. Okay, so have you guys ever been to Disneyland or California Adventures?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, there's this one section which it was like a Bug's Life land. And so you walk in and it's like, you know, you're underneath the leaves and stuff, but it was the kiddie section because all the rides are for little kids. And so there's a bunch of rides all in one section. If you go look up George Lucas at Disneyland, him and his wife and his daughter are there.
Are those the rides they only let you on because of your height?
No.
All right.
He's asking, are you too short to go on the other ride?
No, I'm so sorry. Go on. I'm joking.
They make heel. Shane, this is how padded my shoes are to go to Disney. Sometimes I do wear heels to Disneyland for good reason so I can get on the rides. But anyways, so what
do
they
you
did
still wear skirts to Disneyland?
That was a dress, and that was one time, and now I know not to do that. I went on, so Shane, I went and I was doing a review of Galaxy's Edge.
Right.
And I went on the Millennium Falcon ride because that was the only ride that was open. But so they have, you know, the line zigzag, but they have the catwalk section. But so it's designed like you're walking, like you're inside of like a launch bay of a ship. And so it was, I don't know what it's called.
The floor
where
was
it's-
grating, like
Yeah, the graded floor. And so you could see if somebody was standing up, you could look up and you could see right through like the metal, I don't know. little-
you could look. It's basically a graded floor, so you could look up the person's dress if you're underneath them. And there was like a whole crowd. There was a whole crowd of Japanese guys taking pictures on the Anador.
Well, so I said in my review, which a lot of like Disney shills got pissed off about it, but I was like, this is the perfect ride for pedophiles because you go to Disneyland, you see all of the little girls in their princess dresses. And yes, there are little girls that will dress up like Princess Leia. What is the most iconic thing Princess Leia wears, aside from the gold bikini, is the white dress. So I'm like, a pedophile could literally stand here and just look up all the little girls' skirts. And I said that in my review video, and it pissed a lot of people off. But they fixed it after I did my review.
Oh, boo.
I know.
Listen, in those Japanese guys' defense, they thought they were photographing an Ewok.
Fuck you. But anyways, back to my original story. So I was at the Bugs Life, or where the Bugs Life land used to be, and they tore it out to put the Marvel thing. It's just a giant fucking walkway. And I'm like, there's no rides. It's like a building and you see the superhero stand up on top of the building. I don't know if you can go in the building because everything's closed right now because of COVID. But I'm like, I took pictures and stuff because I promised them I wouldn't be on my like phone filming stuff the whole time. But I'm like, it's a giant walkway. You took out this section, and I told my friend, I'm like, look at Fantasyland. It's a ride. It's a ride. It's a ride. It's a ride. And now everywhere else, it's like it's a walkway, and you have to walk 10 miles to get to the next ride. It's so stupid. I'm like, what a waste of space. So. They're turning Disneyland into Disney World. And I'm like, and that's one of the things that they're kind of stressed about is that they don't have that much space to expand things. And I'm like, well, then maybe utilize the fucking space you have and put more rides there instead of giant fucking walkways. I know we have a lot of fat people in America, but Jesus, they fit in Fantasyland just fine.
So how much weight did you put on since the last time you were at Disneyland? Because you weren't this mad the next day. I guess your legs are really sore.
I'm in great shape, Cecil. So
people who aren't say that. Yeah.
All I know is me and Peaches made that Hulk ride that night, and you had to stop. You were like,
I was well, to be fair, we had.
He said, "I said, Anna, stop. Should we stop for her?"
We had been going to theme parks for 3 days nonstop, and it was the last ride. And I was like, "Fuck that! I already went on this damn ride. I'm not running to the stupid ride." But anyways,
we could hear your wheezing from the roller coaster.
Oh.
3 days of nonstop, going on theme park rides. I think the last one, it was fine for me to take a break and hang out with drunk.
What's the deal with that new Star Wars thing they're opening up where it costs like $6,000 or something?
That's a hotel.
I know they have like a lightsaber, right? Like not a working lightsaber, but it actually shoots out like because I saw footage of that and it lights up and everything, and I'm like, is for the $6,000 do you get that also? Like, I mean,
I don't think so. Oh, but Shane, it was nice to run into you at Disneyland, even though you didn't say hi to me. But I ran into Shane, everyone.
Eeyore.
But he ignored me. He didn't say hi. And I was like, all right, fine. But do you guys want to see how amazingly packed Galaxy's Edge was? Like, it was so packed with so many people because everyone loves the new Disney Star Wars.
Was there a chemical spill there?
No, I'm telling you, everything is just a giant walkway and there's no one there. It was so empty, and it's Labor Day weekend. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is no one here? Oh yeah, that's right, because it sucks. It fucking sucks. The ride sucks. The food sucks. Everything sucks. And I'm like, they could have done so much, but they didn't. It's just a giant walkway for fat people, and there's no fat people there because they don't want to walk all the way to the back of Disneyland to get on the stupid ride when it's like there's Indian Space Mountain right in front. But yeah, that's how popular that ride was. Let me read these super chats real fast. But Christopher Prophet, thank you for the super chat. Hey Anna, so I sent you a bunch of paint and painting supplies directly from Amazon to your PayPal. Oh, thank you. You didn't have to do that. So it would have my name on them, but they are for you. I hope you can use them. They should arrive on the 17th and 18th. Well, the problem with that, though, Chris, is they might actually send all of that back because when you send something to a P.O. box, especially my P.O. box hate me. Like, they fucking hate me. Did you see what they did to Ethan Cyberfrog box? They played soccer with it. So if it doesn't have my name on it, they will not let me pick it up. So
wait. You got to tell them you can put you could put Star Wars Girl as a name. If you could put
it is. So it's
well, just tell them that there's a thing Amazon stuff coming.
One time Sav she meant to send it to my house and it had her name on it, but it was a present for me. And she accidentally sent it to my P.O. box and they wouldn't let me have it because it didn't have my name on it. So you have to have your whoever's name is on the P.O. box.
Just get his name and tell the post office beforehand. Just be like,
they won't let me. They're assholes. They will not give it to me because that's, like I said, it happened with Sav, and they're like, no, I have to get her.
But did you tell them before the Sav thing?
What do you mean?
If you tell them before it gets there that it's going to be coming under this name, they might do it.
Have you heard any story I've told about my P.O. box people? They're assholes. Did you see what they did to Ethan's box?
Why are you arguing with me? Just do it.
Because I know these fucking assholes. My P.O. box people fucking suck.
All right, what is a better chance of it happening? You asking them or you not asking them? Like
me not asking them and just hoping that the person
no, it will at least, even if it goes up 1% of a chance more, it'll work. Like, why not do it?
They don't like me, Cecil. That's why.
Gee, I don't like you either, you fucking bitch. Just
they like me less.
Just do it.
As me
the guy's sending you free painting
go take a
supplies
look at
as a
Shane's
gift.
Inglorious Rex and go back. My dear friend Shane, who drew Superman, go check out his comic book and back it because it looks awesome. And whatchamacallit, I'm going to get a Superman sketch from it, so I'm excited.
Oh, I want to say thank you. We just got a few new backers, so thank you guys for checking that out. Have you thought about trying to tip the people at the post office? I
have, but they don't like me. I think that they would spit on my money or they would want more.
Like that monkey in that picture.
Oh, yeah. You
could, just at Christmas, give them a Christmas card and put a $5 bill in there or something. Maybe it'll.
Well, so there's a couple guys at the P.O. box guys that actually will go and get it for me. They like me, but the ladies at the desk, they're the ones that don't like me. They're like, there's a mean Mexican lady and two mean Asian ladies. And
did you call her a mean Mexican lady?
No,
okay.
I called
I'm just
them by
trying to
their
figure
name.
out where this started.
When you'd refer to them, be like, but when I was here the last time, that mean Mexican lady helped me.
Yeah. And then you tell the mean Mexican lady, at least you're not the mean Asian lady, No,
it's the crazy Asian lady and mean Mexican lady. So can I talk? Can I talk to the other one, the crazy Asian lady? They have name tags on, but she still calls them.
They're just there's a couple ladies there. It's like you can tell that this is the only place in their life that they have power of some kind. Over
Did you tell them that? Did you tell them that?
No, I'm telling you guys.
I bet you did. I mean, you probably are like, I bet you only have power in this one place.
No, I try to talk to them as little as possible.
Yeah, Don Draper has a good suggestion. When you go in there, just be like, is there a white person I can talk to?
No, the white dude is the worst. Which, oh my god, he's finally retired.
Wait, the white guy is bad too?
Happiest day of my life. So this guy, you can tell him he was a hippie and he did some hardcore fucking drugs because he's you know, his brain is fried out. And so anytime I'm standing in line, I'm like, I'd rather get the meanest lady here than have like him help me, because he takes forever to do the simplest task. It's like, I just want 10 stamps. And he's like, how many stamps did you want? 10. International or forever stamps? And I say, forever stamps. Can I please have, you know, just domestic forever stamps, and I need 10 of them. And he's like, okay, how many did you want? It's like it's like that. And then I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus. And then I'm like, I was like, I need stamps. And I here's the slip for the P.O. box. And he's just like, is this your P.O. box? I'm like, well, it was put in my P.O. box. So yes, it is for me. And he's like, okay. And you know that there's a package there? And I'm like, well, I'm assuming there is, because you guys left me. It's like the most complicated process. But then last time, he took 30 minutes to get me my receipt. And the whole time,
were you timing him?
There's a clock there.
Somebody in the chat knows the place. It says, it turns out the guy Anna thinks is drugged out has Down syndrome. My God, Anna.
Look, it's like...
No, he doesn't have Down syndrome. You can tell his brain is fried from all the drugs he used to do. But so he was taking me forever. And while he was waiting for his computer to load so he could finish it, I'm like, well, I have these P.O. box slips. I will be right here and I will wait if you want, since we're both waiting on your computer, which is frozen, why don't you go get my P.O. box stuff while you wait? And by the time you get it and come back, the computer will be fixed. You can finish this process.
Mm-hmm. Can I guess what he said to you?
What?
Stop yelling at me.
And he didn't understand.
And
so we both
everybody else is nice to me.
Well, anyways, it was just a hell of a process. And then he told me, he's like, well, I won't have to deal with this computer next week. And I was like, oh, you're going on vacation? He's like, I'm retiring. I swear I had the biggest smile. I was like, oh my gosh, that's great. Congratulations, you're retiring. In the back of my mind, I was like, I'm never going to see this guy again. Yes.
As she probably wrote in 1 million times to the PO service, you know, to fire this guy before retirement. You were probably demanding his job.
No, I never would do that.
She got me fired one day before my pension.
No.
Thank
I would
you.
never do that.
So how is it serving you food? It seems like you're very hard.
I've been to dinner with her.
Yeah, Cecil was there. So it was me, Cecil, a few of our friends, Peaches, and Drunk 3PO. And
my respect for Peaches went through the roof after.
Somebody's got a good point. I kept wanting to say this. Probably a vet with PTSD, and Anna's ranting on him.
There is no way in hell this guy was a vet.
All right.
They're saying Shane is losing money on his campaign. No, this isn't Shane's story. This is my story. Shane
I
did
was
nothing
a vet.
wrong.
I'm a veteran of the chromosome wars.
Oh, no, that is mean. Russell, thank you for that. I know someone who can teleport items from your P.O. box directly into your living room. They'd only ask one small favor in return. No! Stop. And also, Russell sent me a few other ones. Let me read those. Does Shane own any non-Adidas clothing? That's a good question.
Yes. This is my
the better
thing.
follow-up question is, why would you need any other clothes than Adidas?
Yeah.
You know, I keep on getting ads. So I looked at Adidas baby clothes for you, Shane.
Yeah.
And I get a bunch of Adidas ads, and there's one, and it's like, get the Adidas corset. And I was like, how has this not been canceled yet? Because feminazis hate corsets. But then I also was like, yeah, but feminazis, they hate corsets, but they like those like fat tummy tuck, like that look like underwear that like hide their tummy. So I'm like, oh, that's probably why this hasn't got canceled, because they
the ones that tuck the gunt into.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The high-waisted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh, that's interesting.
I had a neighbor in an apartment once that was in like it was we were in apartments across from each other, across a courtyard. And I just remember one morning, I'm just like having coffee. I'm looking out my window and I'm just like, I'm not even focusing on what's in the window across. And she's like really heavy. She was a big gal. A roomie, as Lecter would call her. But she was standing there in those gunt underwear and a bra, and she's like eating like, I don't know, it looked like a birthday cake for breakfast, and fucking
Oh my god.
she like I'm like just kind of staring out the window, not looking at her, like not looking in the window, just out the window. And then all of a sudden, like I guess I saw a movement and we both like locked eyes at the same time. And she's standing there in those giant underwear and fucking it was, and this is somebody like I have to run into in the lobby all the time, and it was just the most fucking
That's so
uncomfortable. I was
awkward.
like, oh.
Aw. Shane, did you ever wear those underwear when you were fat?
No, I mean,
Wait, Norrin Rad called them gunderwear.
no, Anna, I didn't. When I was fat, I actually wore jeans and stuff. It's funny now that I'm skinny, I just wear sweat clothes all the time. But I try to go to the gym like at least 6 days a week. So I'm taking clothes off so much that I'm just like, it's fucking sweatpants. It's like I'm not putting on jeans and button-up shirts or anything like that.
Yeah. You're not really going like because did they have you on like the convention circuit like before? And so now it's like, well, it's COVID too, but you're not obligated to go to those things anymore. So
I'm
it's like
afraid to go to a convention. As a joke on live stream, I did an application for New York Comic Con because they were wanting what I identify as and everything in there. So I was just fucking off. And they actually gave me a table. I think I said I was a potato. Like I did all these things wrong, and it was funny in live stream, and they gave me a potato, and I'm like, I don't know if I would go to a Comic Con.
Wait, so do you have a table reserved for you as of right now?
I can pay for it and have it, but I'm not gonna go to New York Comic Con, dude. I would get swarmed by SJWs. I'm not doing that.
No, you won't.
Yeah,
no,
yeah, you would.
Shane, they're too pussies to come up to you and say anything. That's one thing you'll learn.
But here's the thing: is they'll come up to you and they'll have a cell phone in their pocket trying to record whatever you're saying, or
Well,
they'll
then
just
don't
come
say
up.
anything bad.
Yeah. I don't know. New York Comic Con I kind of liked, and kind of it's eventually at the last day of the con everything smells like piss. Like I don't know, the urinals
What?
are
The urinals smell like piss. Well, that's where
no.
piss
I'm talking
goes,
about the whole con. People are going into the bathroom. The plumbing's fucked up. People are pissing in the floor. Everybody's tracking piss all through the convention. It just smells horrible.
The last con I was at, some chick puked all over the hallway.
That might have been me.
People are
To be
gross.
fair though, I had no idea that there was that much puke inside my body.
I was
But-
actually shocked. It was like a fucking torrent. Just
Yeah.
like, bleh.
Yeah, Shane, you come into Anime Matsuri next year. Oh my god, if you come, we'll
Probably.
get to meet the baby. Will
Yeah.
you and Yanzi bring the baby?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh
what
wait,
the
when does
world
that come?
like.
Everything comes to a screeching halt in October.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and your baby are going to be birthday twins. I
Oh.
guarantee it.
That's not a thing.
Yes, it is.
She
We're gonna
makes
have
up
the same
things.
birthday.
She says birthday month. I'm like, that's not a thing.
My birthday month.
It's
No,
birthday.
but you know what's
It's
funny,
birthday.
Shane? You know,
What?
all right. So Shane is having his baby, around my birthday. It's probably going to be my birthday twin. But that means Shane and Yanzi had a fantastic Valentine's Day. So congratulations.
Huh.
Just do the math.
He
Yeah.
just did, and he realized he was out of town.
Also, guys, there's 566 people in here. Thank you so much for being here. Please smash the like button, please, and thank you. And also, if you're not subscribed to my friend Shane's channel, he's actually really close to 5,000 subscribers. So go sub to Shane's channel. That way you guys can see Shane's videos. He does videos with his wife Yanzi, which is when Shane has energy. Because we discovered this. John and Ethan were talking about how when Shane's on live streams, Usually he's, kind of quiet, but then you watch his videos or his live streams and he's like, wah, 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 wah. And I was like, it's because Yanzi's there. So there you go. Shane's like a secret romantic.
Well, no, I'm like an energy vampire. I'm just sucking the energy off of her. That's it. Balancing off.
And that's also what the baby does while it's growing.
Yeah.
It claps her. So she's getting it like internally, externally.
Externally, yeah. Poor Yanzi.
Aww.
Get her some crystal meth, something to help balance things.
Jesus.
Geek Adventure, thank you for that. Back to you, Shane. Got your deal with Inglorious Rex and Starlight Cats. Keep up the good work, both of you.
Thank you.
For the super chat. American Comics Co. Thank you for the super chat. Hail chat. Hello. Thank you. Welcome. I like how it says like AC for their little logo with a star and a swirl. I wish I had AC in here. It's hot. Christopher Prophet, thank you for the super chat. Gotta go. See you later, Anna, Cecil, and Shane. Oh, well, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the super chat. And I know I missed.
Cool down? And when does it cool down by you? When does fall hit?
Like November.
But it's really not. It doesn't really get hot by you, does it?
Where I am, it's like a hot box right now. So the hottest place on this property is right where I'm sitting.
No. I mean, like your neighborhood, like you're part of California. It doesn't get that hot, does it?
It can, yeah.
Not compared to where you came from, where it was 114 degrees.
So it's a different type of heat because I'm by the coast now. And so it'll be hot, but I wouldn't, let's say it. You sweat in different places, if that makes sense.
I know where you sweat because you made me delete the stream.
I know. No, up by my dad's house, it's like the sun is just intense, but the heat, I don't know, it's like the heat bounces off the ground, so it's like you're hot, but it's like, you sweat, it's bouncing off the ground, so it's making, things sweat. And here it's like it's my shoulders and it's my head, which is why my hair is not it's nice right now because I washed it, but it's usually just dripping.
Congratulations.
No, it's not humidity. You don't really get humidity in California unless you're in one of those special like rooms that do the humidity, like you're at a zoo or something. But yeah,
is right. What the fuck is she talking about?
I'm talking about boob sweat. No, because I did. Shane, I don't know if you saw.
Wait,
I did.
Dogs sweat really weird, right? They sweat. That's
no, they don't sweat.
That's why they pant.
They pant.
Do you pant?
No, I'm not a dog.
Okay, all right, never mind. Just asking.
But anyways, oh look, Ethan just went live, 3 hours early.
No, he said 7 is Comics Gate Kings.
Oh, 7 for his time, not 7 my time.
Yeah.
Why nobody uses West Coast time?
Just
Everyone
people on the
does.
West Coast.
You even said that to me today. You're like, I'm going live with Shane at 6 or at 3, and I'm like, well, I'm doing Andy Smith at 3, and
I wanted to text you back. It's not 3, you dumbass.
it's just use East Coast, just -3.
I don't know.
If all your friends are in the East Coast, you probably should refer to East
Also,
Coast.
it's like most people.
Hey, Shane, when I sent you a time, I said Pacific Standard Time. Did you notice how I included that?
Yeah,
See.
that was nice. I looked it up.
See. It's just easier. This is where everything is. You guys are just in the wrong time zone.
Oh yeah, there's nothing in New York.
Yeah.
Nothing good is in New York. You guys have giant rats that are going to take over the world.
And
you
got
should use that
coyotes.
in your book, Shane, in your kitty cat book.
Hang
Giant
on.
rats.
You know what? The giant rats do not steal pets. You have coyotes that will eat your cats and dog.
We also have
Right.
mountain lions too, and
Yeah,
cougars.
so I'll take the rat.
and bobcats. I mean, I'd rather take the other ones that you don't see. Your rats are everywhere. You said that you saw like an entire alleyway full of them, which is nasty.
Well, that's not where I live, though. That's like, that's just the restaurants that I eat are infested with rats.
Well, anyways, let's actually get back to the topic since
Yeah,
Ethan
let's.
decided to go
Can we do a
live.
refresh?
Well, yes, and then Shane can give us the pitch because I realized we've been streaming for almost an hour and Shane hasn't pitched his book. But Shane, you want to pitch your book to all of us?
Yeah. The book follows Alex Stone.
It's not all about you, Anna.
I know. I'm trying to switch it so Shane can talk. There you go.
All right. So the book follows rising star Alex Stone as he steps into the world of Rex fighting for the first time. He's going to hitch himself up to a 20-ton genetically manipulated clone. It is his late brother's Rex, though, and he's going to step in the world of Rex fighting, which are these giant Rexes, these giant monsters fighting, for the championship to stay in physical shape so they can protect the city. And he's going to find himself fighting the fighter that killed his brother in the ring, and he's going to ask himself, why was he fighting to begin with? And it's just a awesome fist pumping action comic, cool monsters, cool chicks, hot chicks, muscles. That's it. Some violence. What more can you want in a comic book?
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
here's a shot of the chick that Shane censored for whatever reason.
Because
For YouTube.
IndieGoGo. Because people will attack because he's Comicsgate.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean like what happened with John?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if you get the comic, this is not there. by the way.
Yeah.
But
In
that
fact,
was
he's getting. You're doing that scratch and sniff on that part. Is that correct?
Yeah. No. Didn't think about that, but
I thought
yeah.
Asians like sushi.
Yeah.
I
That
tried
is
to
one
make
thing
it
I've wanted to do because I've lived overseas a lot is eat sushi off a naked chick. That because you see that, right? Like every man wants to do that,
You
right?
have a wife, Shane. Just do
Well,
that.
I'm talking about when I was single. Like,
Oh.
I mean, it's
What
one
do you
of
say?
those
It's not
things.
fun now. That's not fun now.
Yeah, now she's got like this belly, and the sushi rolls are just gonna roll off.
It's
like,
actually more comfortable now if you put it on her belly because it'd be like easier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
about
I
it.
guess.
Wait, so Shane, since you're having a girl, is it true? Because there's like this theory that when you're having a boy, your tummy sticks straight out, and when it's a girl, it's like rounder, like it goes wider. So is Yanzi's belly straight out, or is it like wider?
So Yanzi's not really putting on a lot of weight. So to answer this question, if the baby decides to move, her belly shape changes. It's really weird. So as it rolls around, like her belly just kind of moves around. Like it doesn't have one consistent shape. But I
What are
don't
you gonna
think that's
do
true.
if like the baby comes out and there was another one behind it the whole time?
So when we went in to do the what do you call that? The X-ray? Is it sonogram? Like
Yes.
Yeah, sonogram.
sonogram. The doctor was like, "Oh, let me make sure there's not another one behind the other one." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I think I see 3 arms." I'm like, "What?" And then she's like, "Oh my God, it's one baby with 3 arms." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "I'm just messing with you." Evidently, this is a funny joke to people when you're a nervous first time parent, so or expecting parent. But you might be right about the belly shape, but she doesn't have we're having a hard time with her weight right now because she's got digestive diabetes. So
that happens though when you're pregnant and then it goes away, right?
Yeah, but it's weird too. They look for it if you had anybody in your family with diabetes. Like it just kicks in if you're related to somebody with diabetes, and it'll go away. But she's basically on she had to kick all carbs and everything, so she's actually dieting as she's pregnant, and it's hard for her.
Wait, she had to kick all carbs, even simple carb. I mean, complex carbs.
She can have a few. Well, here's the thing. They're like, you have to kick all carbs. And she's like, you don't understand. My people have been living off of carbs forever. I digest nothing but carbs. So it's like this weird balancing act where she can eat a little bit carbs, but they were like, you can't. But evidently it's balancing out with her. So there's not a perfect science. It's like any type of dieting. It changes person to person. So she's just extra cranky, and she doesn't eat like a lot.
I don't think women shouldn't gain more than 10 pounds during a pregnancy.
Jesus, Cecil.
Wow. Well, if the baby weighs
How
8,
tiny do you want the
hang
baby
on.
to be?
If the baby weighs 8 pounds, you're saying she can gain 2 pounds.
Yeah, I guess so. Is that you think that's too much?
Well, let me put it to you this way, Cecil. I came out weighing 6 pounds and 4 ounces, and my mother gained 50 pounds. So she
Oh
blames
my
me
God.
for
I
getting
can't
her.
wait. I can't wait to meet pregnant Anna. This is going to be, she's
Well,
going
no,
to
so
just,
my mom blames me for getting fat because she's like, all you wanted me to fucking eat was chocolate and candy. And I was like, you're welcome. You had a great 9 months.
Like, and what do you eat today?
chocolate and candy.
Yeah, but
Oh
so
my
my
God.
mom has
Anna's going to go
grudge.
fucking full honey boo boo on us when fucking.
Yeah, so my mom holds a little bit of a grudge. She blames me for getting her fat. But I was like, Mom, you like to eat that before you were pregnant with me. And she's like, yeah, but not the way I was when I was pregnant. And I was like, she's like, all your brother wanted me to eat was watermelon. All you wanted me to eat was chocolate. I'm like,
I just picture Anna in the middle of the night, just like walking outside and like breaking open a beehive and fucking just scooping out the honey bees.
yeah, I hate honey.
I think Anna would be like a bear where they're stinging her mouth and her face and she's immune to it.
She just doesn't care. Just fucking going. Just eating the honeycombs.
Unfortunately, I learned the hard way that I'm not immune to it. But everyone, if you have not, go check out Shane's comic, Inglorious Rex. It's actually really fucking close to 148,000, which, by the way, congrats, Shane, on, just blowing John out of the fucking water.
Whoa.
Oh, fuck's sake. You guys think this is a game of battle?
Congratulations to Shane for blowing John.
Yeah, that didn't come out right, Anna.
I said blowing him out of the water,
Still.
Well, of course he did it out of the water. He can't fucking hold his breath that long.
I know.
Oh.
Sometimes I try to make jokes. I don't think I'm the funniest person, but sometimes I have my moments. But you are actually really close. So all you have to do, guys, to get Shane over 148,000 is to just, you guys can get this one, which has Starlight Cats. If you missed it, I have it. It made me cry because I was stupid on a live stream and I said, let me just flip through the pages, and I was already kind of emotional, and then somebody sent me a super chat about their child that had passed, and I saw the one page and I was like, did Shane really just kill a kitty cat? And so I started crying because I thought the kitty cat died, which I'm not going to tell you if it did or didn't, but I was sad. But my cat is in this book. Shane didn't know that he drew my cat, but he did. My cat is in the book. So and everyone got to see my cats from that. So if you guys just go and even back just the first tier, you get the first book for Inglorious Rex. You get the supplemental book, which has what in it, Shane?
A couple of mini short stories from a couple of CGers, including myself, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and this will kind of explain the Rex world and why they made Rexes. And I want to talk about that really quick for a second. Like, basically, in this world, they've been attacked by giant monsters, and they figured out the hard way robotics doesn't work. Like, the idea of a giant robot fighting a monster, it just doesn't work. That making giant genetic beast was cheaper. They heal, things like that. They're just easier to maintenance. And Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the supplemental, will kind of cover a little bit more of like what happened to Earth and why they're even making these giant beasts.
Well, that's kind of like the argument that they had with the clones in Star Wars, was that they're better than the
robots. Yeah. Well, it's weird because you think about it, like you're talking about giant robots. There's a cool moment in Pacific Rim where the robots are fighting and he's trying to throw like a giant hook, and the rockets on his arm like ignite just to try to get the momentum of a giant robot punching. And I love Gundam. I love giant robots. I love Transformers. But the reality is they really wouldn't move that quick. And every time, and if they're punching or kicking a giant monster, they're just going to get dense. Their arms are going to break down and not work. They're going to run out of fuel, all these things. So, that's where I came up with the idea of like, these genetic clones. And then it's like, well, how do you control the genetic clones and that they don't start tearing apart the city? And that's like, you need a pilot. You have to like lock something into a neural system,
Yeah, like Star Wars.
Anna, can you share this for
Like
a
Star
minute?
Wars. Yes, like Star Wars.
This was
Hold on, but
this was
also everyone, before Cecil rudely interrupts me, Shane drew me in the book and he named a character after me.
Oh yeah, it's got your cornrows down perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, but my name is in the book somewhat, and you spelled it correctly, which is nice.
Anatomic.
Well, the Anna
Oh,
part.
fuck's sake. I saw this today. This is rough.
I said this is what I said last night on stream, and of course Demonico made it.
Wears beanies year round, no eyebrows, smokes weed and watches cartoons. Only drew C-list characters from Marvel. Drinks wolf milk. The wife never seen on stream, probably not real. No, she has been seen on stream. Remember the one time when John and her were at like a wedding and they were in the hotel and you could see her sleeping in the bed? And that was Cecil, that was the night that I realized that John's hair isn't light brown. He's got like a lot of white in his beard. Remember? And you laughed because I was like, wow, you have a lot of white in your beard, John. You don't remember that? I remember that night.
I was probably drunk.
Has diabetes, Liefeld simp, shit his pants, hates road warriors, and then the Chad Shane. This drawing is just ridiculous. Cool hats and shades, removable facial hair, drinks like a fish, drew the world's most iconic superhero for DC, trained kickboxer, awesome wife, is writer, artist, and funny YouTuber, master Lego builder, dresses like Russian gangster, hates the Amish, has cool, important collectibles.
This is amazing.
To be fair, all of this is true.
At first I thought I was like an action figure where
Can we make this
the
a
weight.
t-shirt?
Hang on. At first, I thought that my drawing looks like an action figure where the waist is turned around backwards, but I just realized that's not ass cheeks. That's my bulge.
Wait, you've never seen this meme before?
No, I have. Yeah. It just, some reason the Adidas suit like threw me off is all. Thank you, whoever did this, but I don't think this is true.
Demonico.
Demonico. Well, to be fair, Shane, just to prove one factor of this. So John has been married, but he doesn't have any kids. You are married, and there is a spawn coming out of that marriage. So at least we can prove that you are not a virgin. Whereas John, there's no evidence there, too.
There's no evidence.
Back that up. He can claim all he wants, but there's been nothing from that. But you
and I don't remember seeing any wife in that. I don't remember that stream. That might have been one of your fever dreams, diabetic dreams you were having.
I was not having a diabetic dream.
All right, go back to the campaign. I think we got to get Shane over to Ethan's in a little while since he's doing that.
Hang on. I just had a big bump. 184. $541.
Why don't you wait until I refresh it? There you go. Congratulations. Yay, Shane. You broke 184,000.
Yeah.
It's 148,000. What did I say? 84. Yeah.
Yeah, you just took it away from me with that.
Now it's a letdown.
Yeah. Thanks, Anna. Thanks.
Let's let the dyslexic person read.
184 million.
Yeah, thanks, Anna.
No, that happened one time. My parents would let me scratch their little like, what are those things? The little
scratch off tickets.
Lottery
scratch off tickets. And I was like, wow, Mom, you won $1,000. And she's like, really?
$10. $10.
Yeah, she wasn't happy with me about that. And I was like, I read it wrong, Mom. And she's like, you did that on purpose, blah, blah, blah. I got grounded.
Is that the day you got shot?
She grounded you for that?
Is that the day you got shot?
That was not the day I got shot. But yes, I did get grounded. I got grounded for everything, Shane. I got really sick and I puked and I got grounded for a month because of that.
Oh.
Strict household. Anna was trolling her own mom. No, it was an accident. It was an accident. Let me read some of these super chats. But yes, everyone, go and back Shane's awesome campaign and you will get to see, Shane drawing Man-Ass, which I'm actually I need to have some beef with you about that, because this cover cuts off right before you get to the good part. We had the same problem with Andy earlier. It's like, really, Shane, you couldn't have dropped it down to right here.
Well, no, the ass.
You had to cut it off right there.
Here, go full screen. The ass is there. Hang on, there it is.
I can't see it.
No, right there.
I can't see it.
It's lenticular, so it keeps moving.
I know, I can't see. I see a big white diaper.
It's down there.
Just send her the actual image.
Yes, I don't have it on the computer. It exists, Anna. It's just we had to move it for the logos and stuff. It does exist, but it won't be on this cover.
Well, send her a copy of the original picture.
All right.
How dare you? But yeah, I noticed that with you're all about the lady ass, but there's nothing for the ladies that are not lesbians to look at, except tisk tisk, Shane. I bet you drew a lot of Superman butt though, didn't you? She gets half up too.
Well, he flies, so
I know, so you get good views of stuff. Like Ethan was bitching about that. That's why he made Green Lantern's suit all black, so he wouldn't have to draw anything. I was like, what a cheater, Let's see. Let me read some of these. By the way, everyone, thank you for sending me super chats. I'm sorry if I'm missing any of them. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. Why were you in Galaxy's Edge, Anna, Trader? Well, I did a review the first time, but I just want you guys to know, I haven't had to pay to get into Disneyland since, I don't know, my parents did it for me. But
because they let children in for free? What?
No. If you know someone that works for any branch of Disney, they get in as a cast member, and they can take people in with them when they go.
Yeah.
So I get invited to Disney a lot.
One of my in-laws worked for Universal in Singapore, and they're like, you're the special, and you get in front of all the rides, and they took us in this room, and it was like air conditioned. There were bottled waters, and I'm like, this I'm not out there with these schlups in line. I can just sit in this air conditioned room and drink water and watch TV, and then just jump in front of the line. I was like, I didn't even know this existed. Like, they have this VIP experience thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, I don't know. That seems like a scam. Like, it shouldn't be like that.
Like the Disney one, or where you
No, I mean, it just seems weird, because it's like, well, now I feel guilty because I've stood in line for hours, and sweated and like, I'm moving on up, just because I'm married into it.
Nah,
don't feel guilty about that shit.
Yeah, just take advantage of that. Doomed, huh? Thank you for super chat. I sent you something too. Oh, well, thank you. That's kind. Russell Hall, thank you for another super chat. Damn it, Anna, why are you being so gay about this? You don't even have to lick it. Just man up and nibble around the flat. Ugh! Don't be so gay, Anna. No, fuck you, Russell. I'm not doing that shit. Let's see. Christopher Prophet, I think I read that one, but thank you. Zimzilla 99 things about dropping by since my Muay Thai gym is closed today. Hail Lord Cavill. Oh, well, thank you for the super chat.
Hell.
Russell Hall, thank you for 2 more super chats. Shane has Amish people who are taking over. You have Amish people that are taking over?
They cut up. I live next to some Amish people. They're taking over my town. Like, so all the houses are getting bought up by the Amish. And they dug up. They were digging in the ground, and they severed my internet cable.
What?
And yeah, and then a water line broke right before my campaign. A water line broke, and then the water got in the cable, and it blew like all my routers, my modem. It blew like my security cameras, like a TV monitor that was plugged up. It almost blew my Cintiq, but it's salvageable. Yeah, the Amish were trying to kill my campaign. This was all like 2 days
sabotage.
Yeah, it was like a day and a half between. And right now I have a cord like out of the ground to get my internet back on, and I'm waiting for them to come out here and bury it. I offered to bury it myself, but they're like, no, you're not allowed to do that. So I've been, evidently the Amish hate buttons, so I've been taking buttons and throwing around the cord to try to keep them away. Kind of like
Are you
with
talking
salt and
about
evil
like
spirits.
buttons that you pin on there?
No, like buttons. They don't use buttons. So I bought a bunch of buttons, and
Oh,
they use hooks for their shirts and pants. They don't use buttons. So
Buttons are too proud.
no, it's technology. This is technology to them. They're like, we can't do this. I think.
Yeah, but it's also buttons are too proud. That's what I heard about.
you know, Harrison Ford had a great time with the Amish people. Maybe call him up and see if he can take care of them for you.
In that one movie, The Witness.
Yeah, Shane is the guy rubbing the ice cream on their face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That is me.
Let's see. Russell Hall, thank you for that. Would you make Scratch and Sniff a stretch goal?
No. I mean, I don't even know the print technology to do that. I'm sure it exists. I know it exists. I just don't think I can do
you're
it.
no fun sometimes.
Innovate.
So what's it supposed to be, like ass smell? What if it's what do you want? I mean, every man likes a different aroma. How do you do that? How do you please everyone?
Pick the one that you like the best, and then everyone will know what your taste is. Russell, thank you for the super chat. A better question is, how will Shane explain his fleshlight when his daughter finds and asks him about
God.
it? Shane, you know what's going to be fun is the second you have a baby, everything in that room is going to break without you even having to touch it. Your kid is just going to come in and terrorize everything.
Thanks. Yeah, we're child-proofing everything now.
Well, what are you going to do? Because you build Legos when you go to sleep. That baby can choke on a Lego and die.
I know. I'm putting up a lot of stuff.
You know what? You could also crate train the kid until.
That's nice. Cool man 229. Thanks for the super chat, dude. Also, hey Anna, I just passed 900 subs. Oh, well, congratulations, Cool Man. If you guys haven't, go check out Cool Man's channel. It is Coolman229. He's good friends and co-host Nom's channel, Anomaly Inc. So go check out his channel. He's an awesome dude, and I actually met him at Anime Matsuri in real life. It's cool when you meet internet friends. Stephen Kraft, thank you for the super chat. So Shane, we all know that Anna is not going to let this Shane Knows Henry's email thing go. So how much is it going to cost to get you to share?
If you really want the email, I'll give it with you. You just have to promise not to harass him.
I would never do that.
Okay. I mean, pinky swear.
Don't do it.
Most of us, thank you for the super chat. Shane, what inspired your comic book art in terms of the story and artistic style? How long did it take you to fine-tune the art? Looks amazing. Thank you, most of us.
A long time. When I first was drawing comics, I liked Art Adams a lot. I liked Jim Lee. I liked Rob Liefeld. I liked all these people, but what I didn't realize is all those people were kind of inspired by Art Adams. So once I discovered Art Adams, I mean, that was I was getting all these X-Men annuals, and I was really trying to. I mean, it takes years to get your style, and then I really got into Travis Charest stuff a lot, and which he did a very small amount of work in comics, and basically you can just find his artwork online. He does a lot of commissions and stuff. He, super popular, and my style's bounced around over the years and morphed a little bit, the way I render, the way I draw, or whatever. So it's like a combination of a lot of things I just like in general.
Look at this. I give it a week before you all end up on TMZ if you give Anna that email.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That would not happen. But this person makes a good point. Henry would probably be CG, get him on the Jack show. I agree. But no, this is what I was pointing out before, guys. Shane draws really attractive men.
Thanks.
So, so that all got inspired from Art Adams.
No, well, he drew very. You go down this rabbit hole. He was into some manga, and Appleseed was one of the things he liked, manga. So he was actually trying to incorporate some the way he would draw eyes, he was actually trying to not draw it wasn't draw manga eyes, but he was trying to get more of a flair to his drawing from that. And it's a little bit of everything. Like, I like some manga, but I'll look at certain rendering and certain manga artists, especially with tech stuff. I'm a big Akira fan, so Otomo's stuff is a big influence to me whenever I'm drawing tech and things like that. I'm a really big fan of the concept artist, which I can't pronounce his name, for Metal Gear Solid. So again, I look at his tech whenever I'm drawing tech. It's like I have a lot of influences.
Shane, is it as you call it, one of those foreign names?
Yeah, one of those foreign names, dude. I could not pronounce it. It's a Japanese name. I couldn't I'm not even gonna try. But I have tons of art books from artists all over the world that I like. So, European, I was a big Mobius fan too, even though I don't have those influences in my artwork. But like when I render the Rex, I kind of try to give it this weird tissuey, jaw, leathery type texture. And a lot of that comes from like European illustrators like Mobius.
Ellie Munez says the artist name is E. Honda.
Yeah. No, somebody actually, Coolman229 wrote it. Yoji Shinkawa. I mean, that's his name. I don't know how to say it.
I had an ex that was from Japan, and the way that he pronounced things, like I would try to say it, and so I have the worst American accent. So when I speak Spanish, like people just cringe. But my Korean friend said that I pronounce Korean words very well, and then my Japanese ex was like, "You can say some things okay."
And then you broke up with him?
No, he actually broke up with me. So,
oh.
Yeah.
He was an asshole. Let's.
He dumped me over a phone call because he was afraid to do it in person. So he waited until he was across the country to call me and say, "Hey, it's over." And I was like, "All right, well, fine. I'm just gonna go cry." But yeah, let's talk about that more. That's totally fun.
Maybe if you had said his name correctly one time.
I did.
Maybe if he wasn't that afraid of you.
Well,
he's like, let me get on the other side of the country and do it over the phone. I think that's safe. It's like he's breaking up with Godzilla.
You know what's the worst breakups is when somebody's afraid. They're too afraid to break up, so then they just make you so mad they break up with you.
That's a girl trick. That's what they do.
Yeah. I think that's easier, though. It's weird that that's a girl trick, because I think a guy could do that really quick and easy. Like, I mean, we fuck up so much anyways.
Well, no, so this guy, like, so I'm one of those people that I'm like, I'll stay even if the relationship is bad. I used to do this, but I would stay in the relationship because I'm like, well, what if there's a chance to fix it? Because I don't know. I don't like giving up on people. And so I knew that he was cheating on me with this chick. And I swear this chick. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You stayed when you found out someone was cheating?
Well, so there was.
But Anna, like, don't you understand? Anna, don't you understand? You stayed because he was cheating. That's you're getting it all backwards.
Because he was cheating, there was no comfort. He just kept telling me that she was his friend, and I was like, it kind of. I don't know. I liked that.
Anna,
she was his friend that was sitting on his lap all the time.
Anna,
well, so he was.
Let me explain. Let me explain you to you. You were staying because he was cheating.
No, I was not staying.
No, it turned into a competition.
Exactly.
And it was stupid.
No. And you were in love with him because he was cheating on you.
No, I was in love with him. And then all of a sudden, this other girl was just all over him all the time. And I was like, I made her cry. And I'm like, stay the fuck away from him, you dumb cunt. And I said that in front of everyone, and it made her cry, which I was very proud of. But no, so this bitch, she was psycho. She would change her hair to be like mine.
Did he end up with her?
They did end up dating a year after, and then they apparently broke up, and they're both pathetic losers that have done nothing with their life. And so it makes me happy. Sweet revenge is great. Well, no, they both are terrible people that deserve all the terrible things to happen to them in their life. And their karma is a bitch, and it worked out in my favor. because I didn't do anything wrong in this situation. But no, so he broke up with me over the phone when he was across the country.
Do you want me to? How old was he when he did this?
I think I was.
How old was he?
I don't know how old he is now.
How old was he? Like 21, 22, something like that?
I don't know how old we were.
Do you want me to wish ass cancer on him? I can do it.
Yes, go ahead. No, that's going to get taken and clipped, and I'm going to be a terrible person. No, he already has medical problems. He doesn't need that.
He thought he did. Now he's got the. I just whammied him. Sorry.
All right. Not that this has anything to do with Shane's comic whatsoever.
Or does it?
But,
we don't know. You'll have to buy it and find out.
Is there ass cancer in this book, Shane?
Well, you want ass, and I need an adversary for that ass. So ass cancer would be a good antagonist for ass. Why not?
So,
okay.
Do these monster guys, do they have feelings, or are they just like mindless beasts that are controlled?
No,
like, is this kind of like his dog, or is it no?
Yeah, well, they're a lot dumber. The idea is the fighters are controlling like their actual actions in the ring, so all the pilots are actual trained fighters. And I got that idea when I was working at Legendary, and they were talking about Pacific Rim a lot. So there was concepts that never made it around, and I was like, those are interesting. What if the pilots actually knew like Krav Maga or Muay Thai or something like that, and then it never made it into the thing. And I would work a little bit around some of this stuff or talk with people about what would be cool. And whenever these things go into production, there's so many brain tanks of people just talking about what if this, what if that. So in this
I have to
book,
pee really bad that all of a sudden just came on. So I'm gonna run to the restroom real fast.
No, we can end the stream.
And I'll be right back.
Wow, that was.
No, just keep talking. I really have to pee. All of a sudden my bladder was like, we're gonna explode. So keep talking about your book, Shane. I'll be right back.
all right, so the pilots are kind of like keys to a car. Like the cars there, they have to feed these Rexes. And the reason they have competitive fighting is these things will just sit around and get fat. And then when the monsters attack the city, you're just going to end up with these big fat things trying to, they're losing breath, they're falling over, they're wheezing. They're not going to protect shit if they're fat. So they have competitive fighting with these things to keep them in physical form. So they're when the city is under attack, they're able to protect the city.
Keep talking.
I don't know what else to say. That's it.
Can we just leave while she's gone?
Can we what?
Should we just leave while she's gone?
We could. Would that be cold if she comes back and we're gone?
Because she's not. Yeah, she's not going to go anywhere. She'll keep you on until midnight.
I mean, I can leave.
Didn't you have scheduled with Ethan?
Yeah, I should probably go over there. I that's why I was trying to bring that up. I should actually probably leave. I feel like an asshole.
Well, fine. Just leave my.
Wait. We weren't even talking about this. We were talking about something else. He was talking about leaving Yanzi.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Well, I am sorry.
Smooth save, Cecil.
Thanks, Cecil. Yanzi's like in the room too, as you're saying.
That I didn't realize that Ethan's stream was good. I honestly should have had this earlier, but here's my one benefit is that there's people that do not see Ethan's show that are here on my channel. So Shane is giving exposure to new people. So congratulations. Now you can ditch me and go on to Ethan's stream.
No. I'm is that rude of me?
This guy used you like a Japanese boyfriend.
Oh my god.
Oh well, here you go. I came over here to get away from Ethan's stream.
Whoa.
Did you wash your hands? Of course I washed my hands. Guys, I've explained this
No,
before.
she saved time, but you save so much time, especially if you're on a live stream. You got every second counts. You wash hands later.
No, I wash my hands. It actually takes me longer to wash my hands than it does to pee. I don't know if you know this story, Shane, so I explained it. I had to learn how to control my bladder. And so, because, I lived on a ranch sometimes, or when you're camping, it's like, I'm terrified of snakes. So I've always been terrified of like, what if I have to like squat and pee and like either a spider.
Paging Dr. Freud. paging Dr. Freud.
or a snake will bite me or something like that. But so I learned how to pee standing up, and then I also learned how to control my bladder like a faucet. So it's like, when you turn on faucets, a little bit comes out, or you just max.
So you just save time washing your hands in your urine stream?
No. So I just let it all out instantly, and then I go and wash my hands.
Like
okay.
some is like coming out of like a like a little like a spigot, but her it's like dumping over a compound bucket of water. It just comes out like that.
Yeah. I pee incredibly quickly, which I am proud of. And
what about dumps?
Somebody actually asked a really good question. Shane, can the monsters get their freak on and reproduce? They do have genitalia. Again, the male fighters are wearing cups and things like that. Like they are clones spliced. They're not allowed to reproduce though.
But they do.
No, I imagine they're kind of like the whales.
Sure.
I imagine they're like the whales at SeaWorld, and Hannah, no, she's like,
I watched that documentary. It's very disturbing seeing humans. The one with Tilikum, the blackfish one, and they show them getting his sperm. Yeah. And then they show these are all of the whales that have been branched off of Tilikum that could be, man-killing whales. It's like, oh, that's nice. Also, why would you put cups on them if it could just be like the monster in did you watch what is it, the Guillermo del Toro movie, what is it called, Shape of Water? And she explains how his thing comes out. She's like, oh yeah, it opens and then it comes out.
Well, birds and fish have cloacas, and the difference between humans and mammals and birds and fish is our genitalia is on the outside. So because they're clones of humans and they're spliced with other things, their genitalia would be on the outside.
Ah. So they're part human?
Yes, they're part. It's a bit of a twist in there what the other part of the cocktail is, but yeah, they're human. So every fighter is if they're a top fighter, they get granted Rex, and if they're Rex, they get their DNA manipulated and they get their Rex that is based off of their DNA, and that's why their neural systems link up. Our main protagonist here, Alex, is he's foregoing getting his own Rex, and he's actually piloting his dead brother's Rex.
Now,
they're able to link
Anna's
up.
birthday is coming up, so you could get her the Shape of Water.
Oh my god!
Yes, this is why streams that I do with Cecil come down, because he pulls up dildos to go.
But that's not anything that you could. That's not anything that looks like that's a fish. That's a fish stick.
Wait, so since they have dicks, can humans fuck them? Is that a thing?
Did you see how big they are? They're like giants. It's like trying to fuck Giant Man.
Haven't you seen 1,000 Ways to Die, where the chick is a sex addict, so she tries to fuck a horse and it kills her? There might be crazy humans in this universe of yours, Shane.
I haven't thought that far into it. Besides that,
Shane,
these things
Rule 34 exists for a reason. What if there's some crazy people in your little universe that are sexually attracted to monsters? Didn't you see the one chick in real life that she's dating a plane, and she's in love with what is it? Is it a plane or is it a jet? But she's in love with that one ship.
There was a porno I saw where a girl was fucking a horse for real, and she was really good looking.
And it was sometime.
It's one of those things that shows up in your email from one of your fucking friends. It's you got to see this, and you click it, and you're just disgusted. But then,
wait, somebody said going over to Ethan's because there's less bestiality. It's not bestiality. This thing is part
I
human.
wasn't talking about that. You guys turned it into that.
No, I'm asking you a question because this is why John doesn't let me on his show, because I ask these questions, because I'm I've been around a lot of fucking crazy people.
I feel like I would date a girl right after she fucked a horse, and then it's just hard to measure up.
Aw. Well, so we learned it is possible, but they would probably die. Is that the right answer?
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
But the female Rexes aren't fertile. That's the thing. They're just like, it's kind of like when what is it, a mule or donkey? Which one can't reproduce?
A mule cannot.
A mule cannot reproduce. Yeah. So they're kind of like mules. They're sterile, but they still have all the organs and everything.
So they can. Well, the boys would be sterile too.
And they have to, and that's going to be a part in the story is between the relationship of Alex and Anatomic, because that's his. She's a very popular Rex fighter, and he's actually her arm candy. Like, she dates him, but he's just now becoming a Rex fighter. Abstaining from sex is a thing with fighters, especially before competition. So that actually
like
works
in
into
Rocky.
the story.
So Anna, you were looking at these monsters and asking if they could fuck women. Is that what's the question?
No, it made me think of 1,000 ways. No, when Shane was describing why the genitalia is on the outside, and that made me think of 1,000 Ways to Die, the episode where the chick
It didn't make you think of public education when they taught you that?
No, because I didn't learn that in public education. I grew up on a ranch, and so that's how I learned about the mating of the animals.
So reptiles, fish, and birds, their genitalia are on the inside.
Yes, I knew that.
Okay.
Because I had turtles, and we killed fish, and when you cut them open, you see the stuff that's inside. But I also learned cows had 4 stomachs because I saw them before I ever saw them in a book. They were like right there. And if you poke them and you let the stomach acid out, it smells like the worst thing you could possibly imagine. Not that you care. How many stomachs does a Rex have?
One. They're still, like, even though they look alien, they're still based off of human anatomy. So most of the Rexes are still going to be like 2 arms, 2 legs.
Wait, if they
don't
can't
really
reproduce,
change.
why give them genitalia? Wouldn't that just be a liability?
Well, Cecil, that's the same thing with a mule. It's like when you made a horse and a donkey and you get a mule, it's still going to have.
Yeah, but why wouldn't they engineer it out of them? Isn't that a liability in a fight?
No, well, yeah, but they put cups on them. If it
Like
might
the
not show up.
Jem'Hadar don't have penises for a reason.
Yep.
Who doesn't?
Shane's not a Trekkie, Cecil.
Okay, well, this is interesting. So kangaroos, right? They actually kind of box each other, the males, and they kick. And when
Flash
they
has a
fight,
question.
when kangaroos fight, the male kangaroos, their testicles actually pull up into their body. Like that way, nature keeps them from kicking their testicles off and bleeding to death. So it's actually there are things like that in nature that happen. But I'm just bolting on cups onto these things, like just because I want that cosmetic of the MMA fighting type thing. So they, that's the reason they still have like mitts strapped onto their hands. Is I do want that cosmetic. Now, when the Rexes do get to protect the city, when the monsters invade the city and stuff, as they casually do, they do get the body armor and stuff. They do upgrade, like so they don't always.
Them?
Do they castrate them? No.
Do they have? Flash is asking a good question. Flash has a question. Are there hermaphrodite Rexes? And I think his follow-up question, if I know him well enough, that his follow-up question is balls or no balls.
Yes.
They have balls.
Why wouldn't they castrate them though?
Because of testosterone.
So it's better.
The same reason for abstaining from sex before a fight, why fighters do it, is more testosterone in the ring.
Okay.
All of this works into the story.
So what's the point of even engineering a lady Rex?
Because they're the better fighters. Like it's a competition. When the giant monsters attack the city, it's actually a competition. Who gets to kill more monsters? So they just have
cities that they just let people destroy?
No, they're not. They're making Rexes so they don't let the monsters. They're saving the city. The monsters, the Rexes. They keep the Rex. You weren't here for that, but the reason they compete is to keep these things from becoming fat. And
that's a good question. That's good. Now we're getting somewhere with these questions.
Do they circumcise the men?
And why?
It's a covenant between man and God. So yes,
you're saying they're Jewish? The Rexes are Jewish?
Why not?
All right.
Hold on.
You
Jim,
know, the right answer, hang on, the right answer to this is if the fighter is Jewish, I'm sure he would want his Rex circumcised.
Okay. And some
do they
ladies
use
like
a,
it
do
too
they use
for
a
the
doctor
aesthetic.
or a moil?
They probably use a chainsaw. If you look how big these
Oh,
things are, they
God.
probably use a
Well, they
chainsaw.
would probably do it when it's a baby, right?
By the way, Jim
Oh,
Macabre.
Can I
in the-
please go to Ethan's stream? Can I please go to Ethan's stream?
Go ahead.
Shane doesn't like being on my
Let's do a
channel.
refresh. Let's do a refresh. But also, Jim Macabre says what Anna just said yes to balls on futa. Anna's already been on record. Yes, balls on futa. She says.
Yeah, the no balls looks bad. But yeah, so Shane is going to ditch me to go on to Ethan's.
No, I'm not. I just, where's this conversation going at this point?
Well, welcome to my stream. Well, see, do you now understand why John doesn't let me on his show to ask people questions?
Yeah.
I didn't even take us there today. I was just.
I know it came from Anna of all people.
No,
I was
you
expecting
talked
it from
about the
Cecil.
penises first, and then I asked.
I never
follow-up
talked about
questions.
penis. What?
Yes, you did.
No, you asked, do the Rexes have penises?
I didn't ask that at
Yes,
first.
you did. You did, actually. Why would I bring that up?
I don't know. I thought it was your fault. I guess it's mine. We'll play back the tape later. I'm going to blame it on you, though. No, it's because you were talking about something and the. No, I guess it was me because I brought. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know
was
how
you. Yeah.
My
it was
God.
You said, are there genitalia on the outside of their body?
And then you told me Rule 34, women are into, haven't you ever seen it? And so it's a lot of questions, Anna.
Yeah, you were
coming up.
you were into that episode of the horse fucking gone wrong.
No, well, a lot of people die from stupid sex
Well,
stuff.
how old were
true.
you? How old were you when you watched that episode? Because that stuck with you. You've brought that
I
up.
was a kid. Well, no,
That's
'cause there was
I could
another-
tell because it stuck with you that a woman was killed by a horse.
Well, no, because there was another one where this chick, she was sitting on top of her fridge and she was masturbating with a broom, and her parents walked in and she jumped off the fridge and the broom impaled her.
Oh.
There's a lot of ways that women.
How old were you watching this shit? No wonder you're all fucked
I was
up.
like 10.
No shit. I was like, it was in the 90s sometime. I remember hearing it on the radio in the car. There was like this woman that died. The husband used such a big dildo on her, it broke her intestines and she died, and he was up on murder charges.
Well, somebody actually fucking this, like, I think it was this year, suffocate. He got let off. They didn't charge him, but she died of suffocation from
Asphyxiation.
Yes, he was putting it. She wanted to deep throat him and she died.
Oh my God, that dude, that's gotta haunt him, right? If a woman died choking on his cock, like,
oh my God, it's the greatest bar story ever.
I was about to say. That could be in your comic, Shane.
Yeah, let's make that a stretch goal. Maybe,
do the Rexes have groupies
oh,
that
fuck's
that
sake.
just get killed?
I like this comment. Welcome to Anna's live stream, where the possibility of stalking Henry Cavill is the most normal part of this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see why a lot of people don't come on my show a lot, except for Cecil. He always shows up when I send the link. Not everyone likes coming on my streams. It's a bit of a hard time. Speaking of that, this Wednesday, Chrissy Mayer is going to be coming on my Wednesday show. Jesse is out of town, so it's just going to be me and Chrissy. So I'm going to ask her how she knows all of these porn stars. And yeah, so if you guys like her show, you guys can come over and check that out on Wednesday. But yeah, so John doesn't allow me on his streams because I ask too many questions that apparently are too hard to answer. But I mean, come on, we live in this reality where it's like you see shit on the internet and you're scarred for life. So it's like if you're making a universe in this world and you have this giant monster and you're giving him genitalia, I mean, that's something that could like they could have a whole little TMZ sideshow thing,
Yeah,
A Thousand Ways to Die. This psycho chick tried to fuck a Rex. Like, I feel like that's something that would probably happen in this universe,
Groupies.
right?
Yeah, groupies.
Yeah. Are there not like Rex groupies, Shane?
there's audience that watch Rex fight. Now, groupies, not so much.
How is there not a groupie for?
Wait, the
this?
Rexes don't fuck each other though? I mean,
No, well, I mean, they. Oh God, I haven't thought about it. I mean,
Well, now think about it, Shane. You could have done a cover of all of the
Rex's
groupies
fucking.
going crazy.
Okay,
No,
over
of
Rex's
all
and
the
chick.
groupies going crazy over like the guy that controls the Rex or the Rex, and that could be one of your covers. Just a bunch of
No,
hot
there
chicks.
there are groupies like I mean they're like very popular fighters. Like Anatomic is a super like she's like when Ronda Rousey was like big. She's like that. Alex is just an MMA fighter that happens to be dating her, and he's now trying to step out of her shadow and become his own Rex fighter. And it's like all of this is worked in there. We do have a groupie system. I just don't have women in the book wanting to fuck Rexes. It's all.
Yeah, you know what? You need to
out.
do a lenticular card of
Go back, Shane's
cock
book,
in the
everyone.
pants, cock out of the pants.
No, we were just talking with Andy earlier, and I was checking out and I was buying his book, and there's this one add-on which is just the full nude of two people in a jungle. I was like, what the hell? You could do that, Shane. Them fighting completely nude like they did back in Greek and Roman times. Yellow Flash, what's up, dude? Thanks for the super chat. Women would pay top dollar to bang gladiators in Rome. You're telling me women aren't horny for these men? Thank you. I'm not the only one that thinks of this shit.
Can you scroll down?
Question.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I almost called you Yanzi. Anna, can you scroll down a minute? Not in the chat on my campaign.
No.
I want to put this in perspective to the artwork where he's hitting pads. Go down one more time. There, that's how big this thing is. No woman. I mean, what's she gonna do? Swing from his dick? I mean, like a tire.
Oh, he's like the size of King Kong.
I know. Like in King Kong, no woman was wanting to fuck the monkey. They're like. I mean, she can maybe bear hug it.
Twitter? Shane, there was a dude. Chris Chan had the Sonic the Hedgehog plushie that he would fuck. I'm sure there's some fucking weirdo in your universe that wants to do something with this character.
It really seems like you're wanting me to insert this weirdo in this universe that would want to fuck.
Yeah, what if like the groupies made their own Rexes that they could fuck through their movements?
I like how they're saying, like, where is this? See, people are pointing out that I'm right. Shane, you were so naive. I'm telling you. I think Twitter has just ruined me because I've seen a lot of shit that I never wanted to see or know about in my entire life. And so now it's just, I look at these things and I'm like, I could see some weirdo on Twitter glorifying.
Before Twitter, you were 10 years old watching a women get fucked to death on a horse TV show.
That was from 1,000 Ways to Die. The other episode that terrified me was this
the broomstick one.
The broomstick one wasn't as bad as the hot dog one. So this chick, she liked to be puked on, so she would go to hot dog eating contests, and she would corner the guy that won in the bathroom, and she would like make him throw up on her, and she did.
Oh my god!
But she had her mouth open, and so she drowned on his vomit.
Oh my god! You know
that's
what?
Like turkeys in the rain.
That's a mercy killing. Actually, she's better off if she's into having hot dogs puked on her. It's better. She's better off dead.
Yeah. That one terrified me though, because I was like, ew, puke is disgusting. But I was like, ugh. But you find out there's a lot of stupid people in this world, so that's why I'm like, there would probably be a stupid person in this world. Unless they're all genetically modified, but
you can, Anna. On that note, you can get yourself drawn in tier. It's down below.
Oh,
she's already been drawn in. She's anatomic.
I know. You already stole my name.
Is her name
drawn in as a ringside spectator. You could also change that to groupie. You can be drawn in.
No, but oh my god.
Well, okay. Aside from the monster, I mean, this is a good-looking guy. It's basically
and he'll get tons of women. He will, not his Rex.
Now hold on a second.
You can be drawn in as a groupie or a spectator, depending on what your preference is.
Can I
go back Shane's campaign?
Can I just say something to Shane?
Please.
Yes.
The fact that you
I'd
called
like
her
Cecil to talk more in the stream, actually.
Because
now that you bring it up.
Could you scroll down to her name? I'm guessing her name is Ann with just ANN.
No,
And then-
Anna Marie. Anna Marie.
Yeah, but isn't an atomic like a bomb, like an atomic?
Yeah, she's dropping bombs in the ring.
You should make the second A capital as well, so it's anatomic, because now it just sounds like anatomically correct. Like it sounds more like a body. It doesn't. You're missing the
Hyphen or
part.
something. I got you. I got you.
Or you could just leave it with my name with Tomic after it. So
Anatomic.
Anatomically correct.
Yeah, now it sounds more sexual.
I thought it was anatomically correct because
no, it's atomic, like an atomic.
Well, I
like
thought it was
bomb.
I thought it was anatomic because it's like you look at her anatomy and there's a big her anatomy. So it could work either way. I thought my way was correct because of this
double entendre. That's called.
Yeah. But
we got a super chat here.
Here you go. This is a not degenerate question. So thank you, most person. And I missed some of the other super chats. I am behind. I will read all of them. Trying to keep up with the conversation before I scare Shane away from ever coming on my stream again. But at least here, Shane doesn't have to worry about spoiling anything because Yanzi told him no spoiling the book. We're just digging into the universe. We're exploring
digging into Rex cock. Okay, advice you'd give aspiring artists. Art school ? I went to art school, but I don't know if it's absolutely necessary. So I feel bad giving people advice about art school.
You went to
the Kubert school, yeah.
Same as Andy,
yeah, and Graham Nolan and Graham Nolan. So
and Frege, right?
No, Frege didn't. Patrick did.
Patrick did, right?
Yeah. So there's a bunch of us, but there's new owners of the school now, so I don't feel comfortable advising people to go. I don't know. Again, like I advise people, if you want to really know that you really want to do artwork for a living, and doing artwork for a living, unlike SJW's working in comics, you have to do what the customers want, what services the story. You can't do all this self-insertion stuff. So yeah, it's that's the difference between being an artist and a freelancer, work for hire. A commercial artist is two things. One's you're doing work for money, and one's you're just drawing things you want to do. And you have to understand the difference between those two things, because I feel like a lot of people are like, I just want to be an artist. And going to art school, you're investing money in, and you hope when you get out you can make money off of artwork. And you have to understand you're doing work other people want to buy and consume. Not
speaking of self-insertion. Speaking of self-insertion, read Russell Hall's question.
He says enough with the insertion comments.
Would you rather drown in vomit or suffer the pain of impalement plus the humiliation of having that be your parents' last memory of you?
You have to say drown in vomit.
Well, they're both bad ways. That's the last.
I feel like the impaling would be instant, where the vomit, it's like you're drowning. Because the video from the episode, it's like it shows like the vomit like squirting out of the guy's mouth, and it's like she's struggling to get air because the vomit is just that intense. So it's like, I don't know. Both are terrible.
We got to answer. You got to pick one.
I don't know.
Just pick one.
I don't know. Which one would you pick?
I would drown in vomit.
Shane?
I would drown in vomit, probably.
Yeah, impalement could be long and agonizing. Yeah, I mean, it was known as
it was instantaneous. She jumped down and it just went up through.
It went through because it hit her heart. It had to hit her heart if it was instantaneous.
Well, it went through her head too, so it's like.
How much did she weigh? Was she a big gal?
She was a chick.
Roomy through the hips. What? Jesus Christ! It made it all the way out of her head. I don't know about this.
Whatever. It's Oh, the
You
vomit
gotta
is-
answer, Anna.
I can't. I don't want to pick the vomit because it's gross. But the other one is gross too. They're both terrible. This is funny. She was a sturdy girl.
Handsome gal.
Well, anyways, guys, go back Shane's comic book. He's actually very, very close to almost 1,400 backers. He's still got 28 days to go. Are you going to go in demand on this? Are you going to do like 30 days, then in demand?
I'll probably do another 30 days. We're figuring that out. We do have a kid on the way, so it is possible. Maybe I won't do the second 30. We're still talking about it. But the end of the delivery, what we're talking about is like the end of October. So most likely we'll do a second 30. But anything can happen. So you want to get in there and back it now if you can. Make sure you're covered. Amish might take down my internet. You know, you got to get in there and back it.
Oh my God, yo, Melon just made a huge leap.
Really? Did John come back from whatever hellhole he was in and now he's trying to take on Shane?
He's probably on Ethan's show.
I like this. This isn't Shane's first time streaming with Anna, but it might be the last on this channel. I know.
No.
Shane's never going to.
You know.
No,
Well,
John's
here's
not
the
there.
thing. This is the funny thing. Shane thought I was the good one from the Jack show.
Yeah, now I understand.
No, she's the worst one.
I am the worst one. People
Somebody-
are saying stop evil Malin.
Somebody, this is a good one. A Hyper Wizard for $2. Do pilots feel it if they make the Rexes bang? If they were connected still, technically, yeah, their neural systems are hooked up. So technically, Anatomic could be hooked up to her Rex, and Alex could be hooked up to his Rex, and they could fuck, and they would orgasm as they're connected.
That's what I was trying to say before. So they can have sex. So like, make that happen.
Maybe we just got a spoiler from the book. So wait, does Anatomic have a girl Rex?
Yes, I have a design. I don't have it scanned in. I can hold it up. So this is her Rex. I mean, if you want to fuck this, I guess you can.
Could those
maybe
little hook
his
things
boy
tickle your
Rex
ass?
wants to.
Yes, the hook things can run up orifices.
All it takes is
So
one.
basically, the boy Rex is like, "Hey, girl Rex," and then the boy human is like, "Hey, girl human." Aw, they can go on double dates with their Rexes. How cute. Wait, so when he's fighting with another Rex and he's connected to his, so he feels those punches.
That's the point. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can die doing this then.
His brother died connected to that Rex.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So can you get like brain damage from it?
That's part of the problem with Rex 232 which is the Rex you're talking about, the one on the cover, is he was connected to Alex's brother when he died, so he has a bit of a PTSD. And he's actually, the name of the book is Inglorious Rex. He's actually, considered a failure now, and he's basically been decommissioned. And he's like a sparring Rex. He's they have a shock collar on him, and he's used for other Rexes to spar. Because if he doesn't do that, then they're not going to feed him and maintenance him and keep him up. And the pad holder in the spread below is actually Alex's father. So he's kind of like a keeper of the Rex. So,
He looks too young to be his father.
Not really. He's kind of got wrinkles if you look at it. But anyways, all right. Anyways, he now I don't even know what I was saying. So basically, he's not up for Alex fighting again as a Rex because
he doesn't want to lose a kid.
Well, not just that, but the Rex is the last. Rex 232 is the last thing he has of Alex's brother that died in the ring. It's like literally the last living. I mean, that's the closest thing they have to. So the trainers got hit when they go into this tournament. you know, he's got both sons technically in the ring in a weird way.
That is sad.
It's interesting dynamic. I really wanted there to be like a family story to this. So, you know,
get you in the feels.
Or we could just turn the story about Rex penises.
Yeah, hit you in the balls. Anna, do you want to hear Shane's laugh? Just share my screen, Demonicu. This is from last night's stream, which got bizarre.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for that.
What kind of laugh was that, Shane?
I had stitches, and we'd been laughing for like 30 minutes at Mr. T thing, and I had like a cramp in my torso. I had a broken rib one time, and I've had this muscle like lately. It started a month ago that I get like a shooting pain on my right side, and I got to go to the doctor about it. And I was laughing so hard, my side was hurting, and I kept getting this pulse in my. I don't want to talk about it. That's it. I was kind of in pain and choking and laughing all at the same time.
So, if your character
like the girl who choked on the puke.
So what if Alex sleeps wrong and pinches a nerve, and then he connects to Rex, and Rex has a pinched nerve?
That's I don't want to go into the story, but again, this has to do with abstaining from sex and anatomic and things like that in the story. I mean, yes, they have to train together. They have to be, they have to be conditioned together. It's also a part of the story.
He's watching his girlfriend like work out, and she's in that outfit with her like ass out. What if he gets excited?
If he gets an erection, does the Rex get an
now
erection?
Look at the guy in the yellow. I could see he's got a giant red erection coming out. The guy in the yellow shirt.
Yeah, those are called focus mints, not an erection.
Are you
coming
sure?
Out,
Look like a
yeah,
giant red.
A red.
No, that's a red
rocket.
dong. I could.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Welcome to my stream, Shane. At least you've been able to hang this long. I'm surprised you didn't run sooner. This was not the direction you were thinking of, was it?
No, I've been wearing a mask. I've been sitting here with a mask on this entire time.
With your screen off. Oh my God! All right.
Well, I'm gonna read super chats. You don't have to stay. You can abandon this stream and run.
I should, because he sent me the link a long time ago, and I said I was going to be on here, but I do need to eat and take a bathroom break. So thank you guys for having me on. Thank you, Cecil.
Shane, before you go, number 1 or number 2?
I gotta eat. It doesn't matter. I mean, yeah. I'm glad.
Sketch therapy has a great point. Anna, in the end, you got to ask the cardboard and roaches question. Really brings it full circle. Thank you. Yeah, you screamed at me for 2 hours asking me the same question. This is my payback.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was payback, but there we go. I asked the tough questions. I want you guys to all appreciate that nobody else asked Shane these questions.
Yeah, but here's what's disturbing about this. The questions you asked were fucked up, but the fact I actually thought this stuff out and have answers for it is really fucked up too.
You subconsciously gave them genitalia, so you wanted this to happen, Shane. You could have created monsters with no dick.
Wait, so what?
So it's a throwback. Hang on.
He's hooked up and Anatomic's hooked up, and they start banging. Then their monsters start banging too.
Yeah,
their monsters can't have babies.
And all 4 of them orgasm at once.
Yeah, but
delete all of this. I don't know. I think we're selling books here.
Maybe
we're making dreams come true.
As any, please, guys, go back this book. Go back Shane's book. Help him beat John Malin, because John Malin doesn't have monster cocks. So,
but in all honesty,
let me ask you a question. I got into trouble. God. If the Rex was fucking the other Rex, would it be bad?
Oh my God! Shane, don't put your drum like.
Never mind. Never mind. I'm not flipping over in my chair again.
I'll just go back Shane because
Yo, Monster Sex. You should change the name from Inglorious Rex.
Inglorious Sex.
Monster Sex.
I'm not gonna lie, Shane. That might help you sell more books.
No, it's not. It is absolutely not. But in all honesty, for big comic book fans, it's funny. Jack Kirby used to give all the monsters like underwear, so
Yeah,
it's almost like
Boom had drawers on.
Yeah, a lot of those characters did. So it made no sense at all that these characters, I guess, they had junk, so he could unzip it.
I'm sure the character appreciated having the junk there.
You mean the not real character?
Yeah, the not real character in the not real universe. I'm sure that character cared.
Yeah.
But no, weren't you the person that asked? Cecil was actually the one that told me this. You made it the most awkward conversation ever because you asked if there was sex in the book, and the person responded, "Well, the main character is like a teenager or a child."
You couldn't tell by the way they were drawing it, but I meant like sexual tension because it had a Twilight feel to it, and that was the whole selling point of Twilight. I don't know. It was.
So it had less sex than a regular like Bernstein bear.
Oh God. All right, I'm gonna take off. Thank you guys for having me on. Anna, thank you so much. Cecil, it's always a pleasure.
We'll finish the super chats.
Yeah.
All
Shane's ditching us. He's gonna go on Ethan's show. If you guys want to ditch me, I guess go to. But I'm gonna have Shane's campaign up. We got some real questions here that you will probably never see asked again on another one of these.
All right, we'll go ahead. Actually, Junebug's got a good one. Let's do that one.
Junebug is.
Let him pick a few, but now I'm like I always get nervous when someone has to pee.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Shane, if you need to go pee. Is the Eva's from Evangelion an inspiration of Rex?
Sort of. I was a big fan of the original TV series, so yes, because I actually like the fact that you think the Evangelions or the Evas are actual robots, but there's actual just things up under them. So kinda, to me, I would say yeah, a little bit, but also Gundam and things like trying to think, there was something else. Zoids. I kind of like Zoids as a kid too. They had like these little pilots in them. They were like robot dinosaurs and stuff like that. So,
Godzilla had a baby.
Yeah, Godzuki.
Yeah, so Godzilla had to have a penis to have a baby.
Or a vagina.
Reptiles.
That's true.
They do have penises that are just inside their body.
How do you know? Did you check up Godzilla's skirt or shorts?
I stood up under it at the Disney ride and looked
Godzilla
up.
isn't Disney.
That's Godzilla Grundle right there.
Right in between.
Oh, who does Ethan have on? Ethan has somebody new on his show. I just clicked on it. Oh, they have Star Wars stuff that you would probably break, Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Have you broken anything recently except for everyone's hearts that were expecting certain things to be in this comic that you're censoring now?
I mean, I just don't feel the need to draw this thing's dick. That's the thing.
But you drew something over it, so it's there. You could have just made it naked like
but
Godzilla.
do I need to draw his dick? No,
But if they're
I
monsters,
don't.
like,
You could have drawn it like Godzilla.
Do the female Rexes have hymens? And does the first time do they bleed?
They are part human, so there might be that there. But I feel like it would get broken during like a fight, like just intense trauma.
Oh, the hymen, they're just going to get kicked in the... Believe it or not, female fighters, hang on, this is really true. A lot of people don't know this, but there is a female cup for fighters.
Yeah, no one wants to get kicked in the pussy.
Yeah. So
because it'll just get sucked up.
Yeah.
Anna, have you ever been kicked in the pussy as a kid, like fighting with your sisters and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It hurts, right?
Yeah.
Not as bad as balls, but
Well, because there's like bones there, and so when they hit the bone, it's like excruciating pain.
Because of all the nerves, right? The nerve club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts. I remember one time I accidentally kicked my dad in the balls, and he fell over. I was trying to kick the goats into the corral, and I didn't know my dad was there. Because I was looking down at the goats, and I had a big hat on.
You were trying to kick a goat?
And you kicked your dad? I mean,
those fuckers were mean. Don't feel bad for the goats. Those fuckers are fucking mean. And they're assholes. So I accidentally kicked my dad full force in the balls, and my dad just
fell over.
Yeah. So, yeah, I felt really bad because I didn't know what happened. And I didn't know it was me. I thought it was the goat that bucked him. I was like, the dad got hit by the goat. And then my sisters were laughing. They're like, you kicked daddy in the balls. So Shane, you get to look forward to that.
That's what I've been thinking about ever since you said that. I was like, I think every kid ends up kicking their dad in the nuts at some point in time.
Mm-hmm. Well, kids get to an age that when you're holding them.
This is mean. Every story Anna tells makes me see why her mom was right.
And grounding her for puking.
Yeah. Russell, I think we should maybe the goats were mean because you kicked them. No, you gotta understand. Goats are actually smart. Sheep are fucking stupid. Goats are really smart, and so if they don't want to do something, they're very stubborn about it. Haven't you like heard anything about billy goats? They're mean.
I've heard they're easy going.
No, they're not.
I heard the boys piss in their beard to attract females.
Well, they'll pee and then they'll rub it in.
That's
we
disgusting.
bonded over salt licks, though. That was one thing. There would be one goat. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's why you don't like the salt lick I sent you. It didn't have goat urine on it.
I don't know. It didn't have dirt on it. Usually salt licks have some kind
You know what?
dirt.
You should leave it out in the backyard for a couple of weeks. Let it get some weathering.
Yeah. Well, I already ate it all, so I mean,
did you really? No.
Of course.
Did you really?
Yes.
You fucking. It was a goddamn brick of salt.
I know. I like salt. Shane, have you ever licked a salt lick?
That was called a gag gift, Anna. You weren't actually supposed to eat it.
I grew up with livestock, so we grew up with horses. So I know what salt licks are. I don't know if it's the same size block, but I think it's like the size of a cinder block.
Well, they sell different ones. No, Cecil sent me a small one, which I was kind of disappointed.
Okay.
It was like the size of a regular building brick, like a red brick.
Yeah, it was like a brick.
Still a lot of salt. That's like 2 years worth of salt for a normal person.
More like 2 months. No, I like salt. Salt is good. But do these monsters need to have a salt lick?
Oh
do they have a special diet?
No, I mean,
they
feed them. They feed them cows, like live cows.
Oh, did you ever watch? I think it's based on a book too, Cloud Atlas.
Part of it, yeah. I mean, I watched it through one time. I can't remember everything about it though.
Well, there's the Asian chick when it shows like Soul in the future, and I don't know what they are, if they're clones or something, but they drink this stuff that they call milk. And you find out, spoiler alert if you guys haven't seen the movie, but it's themselves. It's kind of like Soylent Green, but that's what they feed those types. And so there's like this movement to like free all of them. So what if that's like, I don't know if you do that. I guess that would be a big spoiler, but like, because what do they do with the monsters when the monsters die? They can recycle them and make them into something. That's what they feed the monsters. That could be dark, but I don't know. So yeah, what do they feed the monsters? They just feed them cows?
Yeah, livestock, fresh meat, I mean, dieting, I mean, they want these things to have a lot of protein for sure.
Can't they just make them little protein tablets and give it to them? Instead of giving them cows?
I just like the idea of these things like picking up cows like burritos and just eating them. Like I mean that's what I want to draw, so that's what I'm going to draw.
Do they have like the same rights as humans? Like, or do they have to
No,
sleep in
they're
cages?
they're equipment. They're government issued.
Oh, so what do they do with them when they're not fighting or training?
Okay. That's why they're fighting. They stay in corrals, but that's the reason they have Rex fighting, is to keep them conditioned for protecting the city when the monsters come and attack.
So does he have a corral at his house, or does he have to go to the Rex place where the Rexes are kept?
No,
are they not
it's where they're kept, but the father is kind of, keeping him used as a sparring Rex. So he's beat up. He can't really fight back. He has like a shot collar. And that's part of the story. He used to be champion. He used to be, the number one. But
Who cleans up their poop?
Oh my God, Mexicans.
Do they go poop?
Why not?
How big are the toilets, or do they just squat?
Oh
over
my
a
God.
hole?
Thank you guys for all the questions. Oh my God.
To be
Stoolies,
fair,
we have stoolies.
we didn't spoil anything. I want you to be aware that we asked you hard, mind-pressing questions, and we did not spoil
You just said they
questions.
eat cows like burritos. That means they got to take a shit at some
No,
point.
they do. They take big
Didn't
shits.
you
Yeah.
watch what's it called? Jurassic Park, where they see the dinosaur poop and it's the big pile.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Triceratops is sick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what about do they have litter? Like, do they go poop in like sand? They have litter boxes?
No, they don't have litter boxes. No.
But
Do they
you're the
throw it at
Starlight
each other?
Cats, dude.
They throw it at each other like monkeys. Yeah.
Like Girl Illis?
Wait, so this is actually a good question. So what about kids that are on like school field trips that are learning about Rexes? Is it kind of like a zoo and you can walk past them all in all of their little corrals or their cages, and like little kids can come and see them? Do you have something like that in your universe, not necessarily in your book? Is that something that could happen? Like,
No, I mean it could happen. I mean, when they're not fighting, they're training to fight. Like they don't just lay around. Like that's the whole issue of even why there's Rex fighting, is they have to stay in shape. They have to be conditioned. They have to know their range of motion. They have to be able to combat. Because in this world, things like giant laser guns and giant, when you see Gundams and they have these giant Gatling guns and stuff, that shit doesn't work. Like they don't really have munitions like against these giant threats that are attacking the city. So the Rex is actually, they physically fight these giant monsters that are attacking the city. So they just have to keep them conditioned. So they're either sparring, they're resting. I mean, I'm thinking a lot of like Muay Thai fighters in Thailand, where Muay Thai fighters in Thailand, they fight like about 2 times a month. They fight usually from the age of 14 to 24. Most of them retire when they're 24. And that's just their life. They start when they're in school, like and they feed their families like through this. And it's a common tradition in Thailand. It's a very there's Thai fights literally on like the TV like 6 nights a week.
But are
like,
they
are they
heroes?
For Buddhist holiday.
Are the Rexes like heroes? Like, would somebody be wearing a Rex T-shirt?
Yes, I mean people they're champions. Like that's
so
the whole thing.
Do they film this and broadcast the fight?
Yes, it's everybody watches the event.
So why wouldn't kids want to go on a field trip and go
They
see all
would.
the
I said it
Rexes?
hypothetically could. Am I drawing that scene? No, but hypothetically, yeah, they could go
So
and
do
watch
people watch them spar and like practice? So
if they
they
want.
know that they're
they're-
actually practicing.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
kind
they
of like
could.
American Gladiators, but way more popular. I have a follow-up question for you, Shane. Is it weird that when I was a little kid, I was sexually attracted to the muscle women on American Gladiators?
I mean,
I was
wasn't Gina Carano on American Gladiators?
She was,
Yeah.
but I'm talking way before that.
Way
I'm
before
talking about the
that.
original ones like Zap and those. They were.
They were some
This
of them
is
were
a
hot.
serious question. Are there potatoes in this universe?
Yes.
Okay.
There are J-Dog, I got you covered. EVS still has a soy. What do you say? He still has a
There's a
soy boy.
soy boy on. Yeah, it's some dude that has a baby Yoda in the background, and he's in the
Let
middle
me.
of his
I'm going to pull up Zap from American Gladiator before you go. I know you're trying to get out of here.
I know I'm trying to relieve my bladder. Yeah.
Shane, go to the bathroom. I ran off and went to the bathroom.
Maybe he doesn't have a bucket nearby like you.
I don't. I had a toilet.
Listen to her brag. Listen to.
Argentico 2003. They wish when not connected, do they move and live normally? Well, Shane's not here, so I'll read that again later. Russell, thank you for that. Are there underground Rex pornos? Well, I'll read that again when Shane gets here. But I don't think anyone was expecting these type of questions, but I'm asking the hardball questions, which is why John doesn't allow me on his stream anymore to ask people questions. I think I scare them. I think these are legitimate questions that should be asked. I'm just saying. Kyle, thank you for the super chat. My wife went through the same thing. They eventually gave her pills to control the diabetes. The weird part is that she was following a strict diet and it didn't matter. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of women, when they get pregnant, they get, I don't know, I guess pregnancy diabetes. And then it goes away after they have the baby. Cesario, Japan, thank you for super chat. Anna, responsible for the decline of honeybees. I don't like honey. Stephen Kraft, thank you for super chat. So Shane, we all know that Anna is not going to let this. Oh, I think I read that one already. Most of us, thank you for the super chat. Oh, and I read that one as well. Russell Hall, thank you for super chat. To be fair, the Amish knew that Shane mostly uses his internet to commit sin, and were trying to save his soul with a futile attempt. That actually is a very good point, Russell Hall. Nothing. Thank you for the super chat. What would be the first noise you would make if you found Cavill on the dirt? On the dirt eating community? Chatted this on Flashcast too, but you missed it.
Wow.
I don't know. That's actually an interesting. I actually might be grossed out by it because it's fine for me to be crazy, but I need the guy that I date to be kind of sane, and so Peaches is normal. You know,
He's very normal.
Yeah.
In fact, the weirdest thing about him is that he dates you.
John came on the stream and the soy boy left. Oh, really? Is that what's going on? No, John. I can click it live. That guy was. Oh yeah, he did leave.
Oh, maybe he was fighting with Ethan, and Ethan invited. Oh yes, Ethan invited somebody on to fight. If I'm not mistaken, there was somebody who was arguing with on a Twitter a couple days ago, and he said I would come on and argue with him. It must have been him.
Gotcha.
Here, share my screen. I think this is actually too big for me to be attracted to. She's pretty massive.
Anna should be a reporter. She asks real questions. Thank you. Could you imagine if I had like Elon Musk on my stream and I got to ask Elon Musk questions?
No.
Who do you think if I had to be the one interviewing, like out of all of the people, the real life people in the world, who do you think would be the most cringe to watch me interview and the like most holy crap, this is a dumb
The most cringe would be a Henry Cavill for sure.
That would just be me laughing. No, but okay, like world leaders, world people. I mean, it didn't have to be a political person.
A terrible interview? Okay, let's see.
Well, would it be terrible? It would be like you can't look away. It's like a car crash. You can't look away.
You interviewing any politician and pretending to know even who they were would be fantastic.
George Lucas, that would be a great interview, but I wouldn't ask these kind of questions.
Yeah, George Lucas would be actually a good interview. I think someone she heard of, and then they say, do you know this person? Then she kind of lies and is like, yeah, I know them. And then they're like, fine, interview them. And it's like, I just know the name. I have no idea who this is.
Probably wouldn't even know. Well,
like, what about Lindsey Graham? Do you know her?
I have no idea who that is. I've never even heard of that person. Who is it?
It's a man, and he's a senator.
That's not a woman?
I was just tricking you.
Wait, so is it a man or a woman?
It's a man with a girl's name, like Kelsey.
Okay. But would well, where's he a senator from?
Somewhere in the South, I think North Carolina, maybe.
Oh. Do people like him? Well, I'm sure half the people hate him, half the people like him, but what's his shtick?
He's a cuck.
Oh. They're saying please do it. But could you imagine me interviewing someone? It would be the biggest shit show because I wouldn't know anything about any of that.
Kamala Harris. You interview Kamala Harris, I think. Yeah, so who said that in the chat? Yeah, that would be the most cringe-inducing fucking interview of all time.
I think it would be great. Shane, who do you think I should interview?
Between who?
Anyone in the world. Like based on the interview that you kind of just got.
I think if you interviewed the girl's parents who died on that broomstick, that would be a really uncomfortable.
That's something I would not want to do. They're saying Anna could destroy her. Who? No, could you imagine me asking, like, I don't know, one of these people, just me not, I don't know, I guess Kamala Harris, but me not knowing anything about politics and me asking her like questions about it.
Now, Anna, you're getting like kind of like curious about porn stars because of Chrissy Mayer. Would you interview?
I'm not curious about porn stars.
You're curious as to why she's curious about porn stars.
You asked me about how she knows all these porn stars, and I don't know, so I'm going
Well,
to ask.
that's what I'm curious. I'm like, why is she into it? She's not like.
I don't know. She has like a show called The Wet Spot, which is, I think, all about sex. So maybe that's how it came up.
But she had the New York mayor candidate on there the other day on The Wet Spot. So I don't think it's all about sex, but.
Clint Eastwood, for me to interview Clint Eastwood, that would just be fun. I like Clint Eastwood. I think he's a great actor.
I think you would start getting into sex questions and you'd get that meme of him like. Ugh.
I don't think he would be insulted if I was asking him sex questions.
Probably not.
Thank you. Russell, thank you, Mr. Rat. To be fair, the Amish knew that Shane was mostly using his internet to commit sin and were trying to save his soul. It was a futile attempt.
Shane,
yes.
Could you share my screen again? I want Shane's opinion on this chick. Too much, Shane? For like a 12-year-old to be attracted to? Or you think I was fighting something back?
I mean, she's got very manly arms. Broad shoulders. That looks a manly jaw.
Anna, I don't think Zach would come on my show.
Now that would be so awkward because he wouldn't let you talk.
Yeah, so Shane, I did not like Zach for a long time because we were on a show. It was me, him, John, Ethan, and Cecil, and I tried to talk and he didn't let me speak for 4 hours.
Yeah, but that's more of his. He has like social anxiety, so we all know.
Well, so he didn't even realize he was doing it, but then a year later, before I don't know if it was even on air or not, but he's like, I didn't know I talked over you for 4 hours. I'm sorry. And I was like, all right, I don't hate you anymore.
Yeah, he wasn't doing it on purpose. It's just like he gets a hard time. Like that's why he doesn't live stream. It's a hard time going, and then he has a hard time. It's the interaction that fucks him up.
Yeah, but it was not a fun 4 hours. But I think it was on my channel too, which was even worse. Yeah, so it was an interesting time. But no, I don't think Zach would. Zach doesn't do shows with people anymore. The last time I saw him do anything was I think he did something with Ethan, and then Hill versus Babyface had him on for an interview. And that was interesting. Shane, have you ever talked to Zach?
No, I've had Zach review comics I've done, and that's pretty much it. No, that's not true. I've been on stream with him and Ethan before. That's true. We've been on stream before together. We didn't really talk. We talked about the same subject. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, when he's on, you just kind of like let him talk because he gets like, if you talk over him, he gets like freaked out and leaves. There's a cricket outside the window.
Huh? My window?
No, it's Cecil's.
My window. My windows are open.
Oh.
It is that time of year.
It is. Nothing. Thank you, Mr. Dad. What would be the first noise that you would make if you found Cavill on the dirt? Oh, I think I read that one already. Necro Nexus, thank you for super chat. Howdy, Anna from South Australia. Oh, hello. That's like the myrtle capital of Australia, I heard.
The murder?
Yeah. Yeah, the most murders happen in South Australia. Great to see Shane doing well. Keep hitting it out of the ballpark. Best wishes to all of CG. Flex emoji, hashtag Hail Comics Day. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Russell, also, if you guys want to keep helping Shane out, go and back his comic. It is very close again to 1,400 backers. So
It's
make sure
Anna's voice that's attracting crickets. That's what it is. That's why they're all outside the window now. They hear your voice.
go fuck yourself. Also, Shane also has a YouTube channel, guys. So go and subscribe to Shane so you guys can get him up to 5,000 subscribers. He talks, about all of the news and stuff, which is probably pretty cool hearing about comic book news from an actual dude that drew Superman. So just putting that out there. Go subscribe to his channel. I'm subscribed. Good channel. Also, if you want to see random late night live streams, he does that as well. Sometimes I pop on, sometimes Cecil pops on. So make sure you go check out all of the stuff. I'm going to continue to read Super Chats. And Shane has been a good sport with letting me embarrass him for 2 hours. So make sure you go show him some support either on the campaign or on his YouTube channel. He laughs because he knows I'm right. He did not expect this kind of stream.
Well, I mean, I have all these bases covered in my head. I'm not exploring them in my comic. I didn't expect we would be talking about Rex.
Shane, she looks good here, right?
Oh my God, you're still showing this chick?
Well, I guess.
Oh my God.
That's even worse.
She looks like, you know what? Hang on, go back up. You know what she looks like? She looks like a sack of potatoes opening up and spilling out. Like that's what she looks like in that photo.
What about here? This seems like
it's a little bit much.
Her hair is pretty. Like at least that, like she's still feminine.
It looks like, oh my God, dude, that doesn't look like
she's pretty. This is what she looks like nowadays.
No, plastic surgery.
I don't like the fake eyebrows. It's like John Malin trying too hard. We should get John these
I saw there's these ones where it's like a little plastic cutout, and then you get this thing and you kind of stamp it on. Oh my God. I think that was All
right, she's probably on steroids. No one could tell for sure.
I want to ask, is she from Russia? Do you guys remember the movie Junior with Arnold and where
Danny
they have
DeVito?
to like
No.
Yeah, it's Arnold and Danny DeVito Jr., but it's where they put the baby in him. And so then they take him to the pregnancy thing, and he's just like, I was part of the German Olympic team and they gave me steroids. That's why I look like a man. And they're like, it's okay. You're beautiful. You still into that, Cecil? Would you tap that, Cecil?
This one here?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Cecil has incredibly low standards, if you couldn't tell. But anyway,
that's not my preferred. She was a little too, she was getting out of shape, but.
Well, you do like the ugly, cute kind of girls, right? Yeah, but I'm going to do a little refresh. Let's see if we can get Shane up to 1,400 backers. Guys, help Shane out. He's gone through hell today on the stream.
He's having a baby.
Oh, look at that. 148,731. I said that correctly, I think. And he's only 2 backers away.
2 backers away from 1,400.
So thank you so much.
They even made a sex doll of her.
Oh my God. Cecil, we don't need to torture Shane with sex dolls.
No. I mean,
that's not a sex doll.
I think that's an action figure.
Everything's a sex doll if you put your mind to it.
That's how we're taking it off the screen. Russell, I think there's 2 super chats in a row. There's no way you had time for proper sanitation. Is there such thing as ladies speed pee contest? If there was, I would win. And I did. I washed my hands.
She doesn't even need to. She could pee standing up. She's told us this before.
Yeah, but I sat down. Necro next is
lazy.
So when you pee, is it like emptying a bucket of water?
Yes. No, it's more like a faucet. Necro next is thank you for the super chat. Quick question for Cecil following Mr. T stream. Your reaction if saw cover band one be banging boys similar to Beastie Boys with hits like crossing streams while pissing up one rope or treat your brother.
What? Wait, what's the question though?
It's asking for your reaction if saw a cover band. One.
Oh, I would love it. You got a treat. Did you watch any of the show last night?
No, I was sleeping.
You gotta treat your mother right.
You should just save this for the Jack show.
We're gonna go over treat your mother right.
Yeah, because that's at least an hour bit right there. Like, there's no quick on that. Yeah.
Now, Mr. T had his love song basically to his mother, and he spelt out mother. And what do you think the M stood for?
Mother.
No. M is for the word mother, but like each letter is something she did for him, or M is for the moans and groans when she was giving birth to him.
Oh.
That's how the song starts.
This is Mr. T's song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote it.
We're not going to get into it now because I know Shane is like dancing to go.
No, it's not that. It's just, it's a funny bit and it goes on for about an hour. You can, it takes, I'm not saying, if you guys
Shane
want to
has
do
no
it.
interest in this. By the way, everyone, go back Shane's comic. To be fair, though, right now Ethan is talking about Cyberfrog and we're talking about you, Shane. So please feel special. This whole stream has been about you and diving into the deep recesses of your psyche on what you did with your monsters. And
Someone in the chat says, "Poor Shane, he is trying to chew his leg off to escape."
All right, see, this is
See,
more
I
how
wouldn't
she
say
looked
that.
on the show. See what I mean? She was more like fitness model.
That doesn't look like the same chick.
It is. It's the same chick, but like she would do then bodybuilding on the off season and put on like 50 pounds of muscle. So that's that.
Go
Look,
back Shane's book. Go back it. It is 2 backers away from 1,400 backers. It's also really close to 149,000. Wouldn't it be cool if we got it to 150,000? That I think would be really cool. It's a little early in the day for drinking games for the guys, but I can take one for the team. Shane left. Shane literally just left. I was about to say we can play a drinking game and I'll be the only one that drinks, but oh wait, Shane came back when he heard that one.
I hit refresh. No, I hit.
But if we get it up to 148,000, I will take 2 shots just for Shane, because that would be like 2,000. Well, it's less than 2,000, but I would do it because it would be 2. Well, it would get him probably over the backers.
I
but
took
if you guys
2 shots. Hang on, I took 2 shots for $2 for you.
That is true. So I do kind of owe Shane. So let's make him $2,000. I guess it would be more like $1,300, but I would do it. So I won't make the guys drink. I will do it, and I will ruin the rest of my day and tomorrow just for Shane, because I have put him through absolute hell on this stream. So I guess that would kind of be my apology to Shane.
Oh, we got to 1,399 backers. So 1 backer away from even 1,400.
Ooh, and look, it's going up. So there you guys go. So go back the book. I guess
what the next backer is the 1,400th.
Yep.
Now, quickly, if you could share my screen, Shane, you see this girl here? This is a different girl from the same era, though.
God.
Now you could tell she's probably on steroids as well. But now a secondary like a sexual side effect is that a girl like this would get an enormous clit. What do you think the size of this girl's clit is from the amount of steroids she's on?
So is an actual like side effect? Like that's
it is
from steroids is a giant, because I know that exists, but I just thought that was just like some bullshit.
No, it happens from steroids. It really does.
Okay. I don't know like how big it is, but now I'm curious.
If you did take her home and it was bigger than yours, would it be a deal breaker?
That
yes, I'm sure that would
it's
be
a deal breaker. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal breaker. But now I'm curious, if they get like an oversized clip from steroid abuse, does that mean that they
does it shrink when they go
sensitive?
back?
No, is it more sensitive? No, that's what I'm asking. Is it more sensitive?
Ooh, people
refresh.
Let's see. Whoa, 1,400 backers, Shane.
Thank you, guys. The dollar amount didn't go up though. It's a ghost backer.
What's that mean?
It just
Maybe
means her
take a
credit
minute.
card. No, the credit card just is service is not processed yet.
Anna, would it be less gay if Gates McFadden had a huge clit?
Oh my God, Cecil, not happening. Hyper Wizard, they would do
Cecil,
a super chat.
hang on, if that girl had, if that girl, Cecil, go back. If that girl had a huge clit, would you deep throat it? If she had
enough to hit the back of my throat that's way too much meat.
Oh my God, you are disgusting.
Like a tip of a thumb would be all right.
Hyper Wizard, thank you for that. So you're saying the twist is he's actually piloting his mutated brother.
Yeah, and that's part of the thing is their neural systems linking up because his brother was a southpaw and he's orthodox. So he's actually everybody
Like
thinks
Orthodox Jew.
No, like orthodox means never mind. Do you know what southpaw means?
Yes, it means you're left-handed.
And orthodox means
Why can't you just say traditional?
because that's what they say.
Orthodox means traditional. It's literally what it means.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Never mind, Anna.
So the only reason I know what Southpaw means is because I watched the Jake Gyllenhaal movie called Southpaw, and that's what I learned or how I learned it. Oh no, isn't it in Rocky too?
Yeah, he's a left-handed fighter, and that's why and there's a truth to that. It's really hard for left-handed fighters to be good because there's nobody left-handed to spar. And what happens in a left-handed fighter is, so I'd have to have action figures to explain this, but you basically
you don't have action figures right next to you. I got
no. Just let me finish. Your left knee. Your left foot's forward, your left knee ends up connecting to their right leg, which is their foot forward, and you just basically end up locking knees. And whoever gets a dominant position with a left-handed fighter is whoever's foot's on the outside, because you're able to angle and not trip over the other person's foot. So there's a lot of reasons. It's really, for left-handed people, a lot of fighters that are left-handed, sometimes they'll just train to be right-handed.
Cecil, obviously this is accurate nowadays. Yeah. And this is Kurt Angle.
Shane, it did go up. See, it went through now, and now there's 1,401.
I got 911 in there. Wow, 911.
And it's really close to 149,000, which means we can get it to 150,000. Now, I have been torturing Shane for 2 hours with the hard hitting questions, and Cecil is trying to show you action figure porn. He's 69.
No, he's gonna give him a tombstone.
No, you know what I actually noticed in your cat book, Shane, was the number was 79, and I was like, why did he put 79 instead of 69? I did notice that, how much the thing was charged.
Oh.
79% instead of 69.
There's a reason that number means something.
Oh. Well,
it's the year I was born. I was born in 79.
Oh, okay. So you're a little bit younger than Star Wars.
A little bit.
It took you that long to realize that that's what that number meant?
No, I understood it meant my birthday.
We gotta let him get out.
I understood it was my birthday, Anna. I mean, I didn't. It wasn't a Star Wars reference, though.
No, but you said it was for something, and then you.
I'm gonna start drinking, so I'm gonna get ice.
All right. Well,
when people say it's something that doesn't necessarily mean something's always Star Wars, though.
Do you know whose channel you're on?
I know whose channel I'm on. Like, thank you, Anna, for having me on.
Everything gets back to Star Wars eventually.
They're saying EVS is going to punish me.
It's okay. You can take on Ethan, can't you? Ethan's not going to punish you too badly. You can guilt trip Ethan.
They're saying Shane's in purgatory. Shane is 2 years younger than Anna.
No, he's not. I'm significantly younger than Shane.
They're saying it's a little Easter egg. If you ever see numbers in things, usually people are hiding in birth dates or anniversaries or something like that.
Anna is asking real questions. Go get him. Thank you. I'm asking the questions everyone else is afraid to ask.
Yeah, Shane, ask EVS if we could come on. And me and Anna will come over because we're not Comicsgate Kings. We haven't fulfilled.
Well, it's not even that. Well, first off, I can't be a king because I'm a girl. Second off, they already named you. You're the court jester. Third off, they don't want us there because they're too good for
Well,
us.
he could ask if he wants us. We'll come over.
Did I say I wanted to go over to a stream I'm not invited to in the first place?
But he did put the invite in the Jack show, so you kind of were.
He did? Let me go see that.
If he put in the Jack show, he probably wants us all to come over.
I think so.
Sharing my screen. Well, let me see. Oh. Well, look at that. He did invite me. Okay, so I am not shunned from the stream. Well, that makes me feel different about it. But it doesn't matter. I have to read my super chats.
Anna is Comics Gig Kong.
Fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
That was good. Who wrote that?
Whoever said that, go fuck yourself. I don't know, maybe.
All right, we were invited.
Because
So let's get it. Let's wrap it up.
He
We'll go
wanted
over it.
to have some tough questions. I have to read the super chats, and most of them are
Let
for
Shane go over there. We'll rip through the super chats,
And then you'll go over.
My super chats are for Shane.
Okay, I'll hang here. Let's get through the super chats.
Okay. You have to answer all of these questions honestly, like you answered all of mine. Okay.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Most of our savings did you base monsters off of SJWs as a hero is Anna? I don't know what the last part means. Did you base the monsters off of SJWs?
No, but the monsters that attacked a city, maybe.
Oh. So you have land whales in there?
Then maybe we'll have something sort of like that, yeah.
Russell, they should be that. Flash is worried about getting porn on his poop on his penis. That's true. Oh yeah, the monsters can always do the booty do.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Oh, can the monsters be gay?
If the pilot's gay, I guess.
See, that's not a question I think you were expecting.
I mean, it doesn't work into my story, but you know.
Well, but it can exist in the universe. So
yes, it can.
All right, there you go. So the monsters can be gay. Most of us, thank you for the super chat. By the way, you missed 2 super chats of mine. Well, I just read them, so sorry about that. Christopher, thank you for the super chat. Anna, is Peaches a giant robot or a horse? Damn girl. No, Peaches is a human. Yellow Flash, thank you for 2 super chats in a row. I doubt you're here, and I think I highlighted both of them. Are the Rex LGBTQ plus friendly? We actually just answered that. The Rexes can be gay. Let's see. And you know that animals in nature, they'll do that too. They'll just, you know, I was talking about this when I explained how I think AIDS came to be, but like, you know, chimps will like gang rape each other, and I don't think they care if you're a boy or a girl. Let's see. Yellow Flash, name of the second super chat. Women would pay top dollar to bang gladiators in Rome. You're telling me women aren't horny for these men? Exactly. Thank you. Backed up my point. Russell, all things super chat. All these deaths by XXX stories should be urban legends. The broom, especially. Why on the fridge? She couldn't lie on her back on the floor. I don't fucking know, Russell Hall. That's just what happened. Most of us, thank you for the super chat. Advice you give aspiring artists, art school. I think Shane answered that. Russell, thank you for 3 super chats in a row. Would you rather? Oh, I read that one. Impalement is one of the most painful deaths. Time is irrelevant. You feel that all the way up. Ugh. Hyper Wizard, thank you for the super chat. Do the pilots feel it if they make Rexes bang? Shane answered this, and he said yes. King Toad Inc. Joe Ball, thank you for the super chat. Death, death, death. My 300-page comic is now on IndieGoGo. Oh, we'll check that out. Shane left, and so did Cecil. Runs with Phantom, thank you for the super chat. Is it drowning in one's vomit like passed out junkie overdose on heroin and meth, or like drowning in a pool of other people's vomit? It's other people's vomit. Russell, thanks for that. Why is Anatomic's costume a thong? Who wears that? She does, but Shane, is there a reason?
Just to see her ass. I mean,
does she kick better? Does she get better numbers?
Yeah, she gets her leg up higher
because it's a spectator sport, and she gets more fans.
Right. Yeah. More fans gets her more like,
yeah,
I don't know, deals, so she can make more money and stuff like that.
Yeah, more sponsors.
There you go. There you go. Russell, thank you for 2 super chats in a row. Maybe the goats were mean because you kicked them. There are no bad goats, only bad owners. That's not true. You can meet some fucking asshole animals, I'm telling you. Albertos, thank you, Mr. Jet. Goats got attitude, but they make great stew. Oh, that's mean. You've got to hash out the small details. Thank you, Russell Hall, for that. Exactly. See, Shane, it's important. Also, everyone, go back Shane's book because he has been giving us in-depth details about his characters and their anatomy and how
if
certain
you
things
hit
work.
refresh, we have new backers.
Do these guys
Hey,
know?
look at that! 149,000. And like I said, if it does get to 150, I will take 2 shots. So you're actually only $800 away from, I guess, ruining the rest of my day. And
All right,
day
I'm going
tomorrow.
to send Ethan a message that says we're coming over.
Are we though? I don't know if I want to go. Headrock, thank you for
Oh my
from
God.
Wikipedia. Salt poisoning typically results in a feeling of confusion and jitteriness. Remind you of anyone? Ah, shit. Shut up. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. Are there underground Rex pornos? Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh fuck! What they used to call that? Smut tapes, smut films.
Snuff.
Well, you would know.
Snuff. No, there was a Superman comic about this. You should.
No, it wasn't a snuff. Snuff is where someone dies. You were talking about the one where slime makes Superman and Big Barda fuck.
Almost fuck, and Mr. Miracle sees it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you have to look at this comic, Anna.
It's hard. I remember when that came out.
Was that a big deal?
It was just weird. The shit in like that had to be the 80s, right? Was right. That John Byrne?
It was John Byrne. Yeah. I don't know if he drew it. I remember he wrote it. I'm pretty sure he drew it though.
Yeah, it was. This guy Slime could make you. His powers. He can make you do whatever he says. So he made Superman and Big Barda have a porno.
Now keep in mind, Big Barda is she married to Mr. Miracle or is that just his woman?
I don't remember.
So hypothetically, Superman's fucking another superhero's wife and being recorded. And what's worse is when they snap out of it. Of course, Mr. Miracle almost saw them do it, or they had been doing it. You don't know. And
I always assumed they were in the act of super coitus.
Right, and Superman or Superman and Big Bart is like, why are we attracted to each other? And they're looking at each other once they're out of the hypnosis.
Who wouldn't be attracted to Superman?
You know,
me. See?
Yeah, but also like he could really pound. He could pound the shit. He could pound the shit out of Big Barda. You know what I mean? Like he can't do that with Lois.
Yeah, she's a new god. Like he could have like went full throttle on that ass.
You know what I mean? Like he does that to Lois, and her pelvis is turning into dust.
Patrick T. Thinks about what actor does Shane think represents Superman the best?
Actually, you're gonna say Henry Cavill. I know that's what you want to hear, but Brandon. I always say his name wrong. Is it Brendan or Brandon Ruth
from Smallville?
No,
no,
dude from
Superman Returns.
Oh, Superman
Returns. I've actually met him, and he's a nice guy. He is really
was a good
tall.
Superman. The movie was bad, but he was good.
The story.
I like the chick that played Lois in that movie.
Hang on, the story with that movie though, and the reason they didn't do more of it is they said, well, it underperformed from its budget, but its budget inherited the payout they paid Nicolas Cage.
Oh.
So which I think Nicolas Cage walked away with $10 million.
Wow.
For not playing Superman. So it was already $10 million in debt before it ever started.
Yeah, I like the casting was great. Like Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor is awesome. Yeah. The chick, I can't remember her, but yeah, I liked her as Lois Lane. That whole storyline with the kid and the fucking her new boyfriend, that was so dumb, but they had the casting right. And the guy, you're right, that guy was an excellent Superman.
Oh, I just remember the scene when he's just like, who's his father? Because the kid's like freaking out because there's kryptonite there. And she's like, this guy. And he's like, are you sure? Like, you're like, really, Lois Lane?
Do you know who the director was, Anna, of that one?
Not off the top of my head. I was
Brian Singer.
Springer, yeah.
Brian Singer.
Oh, that guy dated Peaches' twin. Yeah.
Small world.
Whoa, so you technically know the size of Brian Singer's cock. Through
I know a lot of men in Hollywood's cocks from Peaches' boyfriend or Peaches'
What?
brother's boyfriend.
Whoa.
Peaches' brother's boyfriend, excuse me. His twin, because his twin is gay, and so his twin has dated a lot of Hollywood guys. I think Peaches' twin was in one of the X-Men movies or so. Or no, what did Bryan Singer direct? Some
X-Men.
superhero movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
Which one was he? Was he Wolverine?
No, Peaches' brother. I think he was just like an extra in the background, but
I know that was a Hugh Jackman is gay joke.
Well,
Isn't it kind of weird? Hugh Jackman's wife isn't like he really looks like he could do a lot better.
she is 13 years older than him, and
whatever. They seem like a happy couple with a bunch of kids. Leave them alone, will you?
they have 2 adopted children.
Tons
It's
of
not
kids.
a bunch of kids.
They fuck like mad. Leave them alone.
All right. It just.
I mean, not each other. Anyway, leave them alone.
Yeah, Anna, who wouldn't find Nicolas Cage hot? What? I don't get that, but thank you for the super chat, Philip Booty.
Do you think Nicolas Cage in his prime was hot?
He's not my type.
But he had something. He had definitely had some kind of charisma and sex appeal. He's not a classically good-looking guy. That's why.
I like Nicolas Cage in Raising Arizona. Nobody ever talks about that film enough.
It's a good movie. Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
They still a baby in that movie.
What was
Argentico,
the one where he was like the Elvis dude that
Wild at Heart?
Wild at Heart.
Let's
Yeah,
refresh
that's
and see if this-
awesome.
Hey, look at how much closer we are to 150,000. Holy shit, go back Shane's campaign. I put him through hell. Now they're putting me through hell by not letting me read the damn super chats.
I'm gonna keep quiet. You got to get through this because he made plans to be on the show.
Thank you for the super chats. When not connected, do they move and live normally?
They're like livestock in cages. You know, they're being fed, and you know, this Rex in general is just being used as a punching bag in this point in the story.
And then the next one is Hail Salad is out. Oh, well, thank you for the super chat. Matt G, thank you for the super chat. Hail Salad 9 just out. Thank you. Louis A. Jarmillo, thank you for the super chat. Yo, Shane, can you thank Anna for the Rule 34 fan art of Inglorious Rex? Good luck, buddy.
Thanks. Thanks for starting that.
You're welcome. Russell, thank you for this 2, 3, 4 super chats in a row. Holy shit. Okay, Anna, if you had to pick one, you have no choice and you can't back out. Would you rather scissor with Raya Hollett or Gates McFadden? I don't know who that is. I would die before I pick either. Russell, thank you for the second super chat. I'm going to say Ray Hollett's clit is 2 times Cecil's. Russell, another one. OMG, Gates McFadden's clit is so huge. And the chat just jumped on me. Where's the next one? Gates McFadden is practically no balls futa. That's very disturbing. Jedi Knight and friend Dakar Dune, thank you for super chat. Can we celebrate 1,400 backers with a Picard 10-4 song from the episode where Picard was kidnapped by aliens and replaced with a doppelganger? No, because I don't want my channel to get struck. But thank you for the super chat. Deanna, thank you for the super sticker, which is a thumbs up. Patrick T, thank you for the super chat. What actors does Shane think represent Superman best? And he said that one guy. Phil Booty, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Anna, who wouldn't find Nicolas Cage hot? I don't know. Blingo's Vengeful Ghost, thank you for the super chat. Have you watched the new Hail Salad yet? I have not. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. You know Nick Cage has got to be crazy in the sack. I guess so. I'm not entirely sure, though. Phil Booty, thank you for the super chat. Because you said who wouldn't find Superman hot? Oh, I get it. Yeah, but I'm talking about the comic book character. Like, who in the comic book universe of Superman wouldn't find Superman hot? You know? Because, I mean, Superman is always drawn very attractively, right?
I've always thought, like, Lex Luthor wanted to fuck the shit out of Superman.
Probably.
Wasn't that his original stories? He blamed Superman for losing his hair.
I think so, because he's a ginger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has no soul. Yeah, well, he's always trying to take down Superman. And so do you think it's just he's got a hard on for him?
Yeah.
Mm.
Is Cecil on Ethan's?
Let's go see. I don't know if it would show up. They're watching the hail salad. Let me refresh Ethan's thing. See if Cecil. No, Cecil's not over there. Cecil's probably getting alcohol or something. But let's refresh Shane's campaign and see if it moved at all. If it's closer. Nope. It is cool that there's a lot of nines in there. But guys, go back Shane's campaign. It has moved decently throughout this stream. It probably would be a little bit better if there wasn't a if I didn't get my times mixed up and thought that it was at 7 Pacific Standard Time, not 7 Eastern Time. But that is my bad. So I apologize to you, Shane. But we'll talk about this more. I think everyone is thoroughly entertained by me torturing you with these questions, though.
Hard-hitting questions.
It's really digging in deep to the universe. Russell, thank you, Mr. Brad. You know Nick Cage has got to be crazy in the sack. Russell, thank you, Mr. Brad. I want that cake. I don't know what cake that is.
Okay, so no, he's talking about the anatomic cover with the booty. That will drop 12 more times during the life of the campaign, 1 hour each. If I'm on the live stream, if it's on my live stream, somebody else's channel, I will drop that cover for 1 hour. So, make sure to follow all these live streams you see me go on.
Well, I am all caught up in super chats. Cecil is gone. It is the perfect time for Shane to escape. So I have all of the links for Shane's
I'm back. Don't let him go. No, I'm just kidding.
I have all the links for Shane's comic, his YouTube. Oh, let me pull this up. His YouTube channel. Oh, that's my Instagram because I said earlier I exited out of his YouTube channel. But his YouTube channel is linked in the comment section or the thing of his video or this live stream. About section of the stream. It has Shane's comic.
Thank you.
It has his YouTube channel, his
Right.
Instagram, and his Twitter.
All right. Thank you guys for having me. Anna, you moved mountains with this book, and you opened up ideas for Rex penises, I guess.
I opened up things for people to torture you with later, so you're welcome for all of the future memes to come.
Thank you.
Can you make one of the female Rexes on steroids with a gigantic clit? For me.
I absolutely. I'm there for you.
Thank you.
Russell Hall, thank you. I want that cake is a classic Nick Cage meme. I am too young to understand that. Blame Shane and Cecil for not getting that. By the time I was old enough, he was already old.
All right. I'm going to drop off, though, because I really was supposed to go on Ethan's.
I'll refresh it one more time. Nothing. All right.
Nothing. No
we will say
whammy.
goodbye. So goodbye, everyone. Thank you so